I just told him how you were hearing the labor show, and he said, I have no clues why.
Okay, also, we got 2 new commercials. I don't know if you saw them. There were 2 that I recorded with all right.
Here we go.
Schooling. All opinions or statements expressed on the program are solely those of Investor Schooling or their guests and do not reflect the opinions of WPHT or Odyssey.
WPHT, WPHT-HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Piazza Premium Automobile Studios, powering your drive with 10 brands and 20 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app. The Larry.
Here we go.
Go.
Woo! What's up, everybody? Oh, my goodness. We have a little bit of technical problems here, so that's why we had a delayed start. But I think everything's working now. I'm not even sure. What do you think? You think it's working? Can you hear me, Deb?
I can hear you.
I got all the cameras not even set up right because I didn't have a chance to set them up because we were trying to fix the other problem.
So should we move to where the cameras are?
No, I'll move the cameras to you. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
But I'll do it in a minute. But let's do this. Let me do an intro to the show first. Now, how's that?
What show?
The show that we're on.
I don't know.
You know, the one that we show up for every week? That one?
You know, and ChatGPT writes the intro every day.
Oh, I didn't miss that.
Susan writes the intro. Susan writes the intro.
Susan.
You what?
It's Susan, right? Susan writes the intro?
Susan ChatGPT, right?
Susan,
all right, you ready? Here we go. All right. Let's should we start with intro music again or should we
Yes, can we start the intro
we need
music
the intro
again?
music again, Glenn.
No, I can't.
Oh, he can't. He's still trying to fix the technical problems. All right, let's go. All right, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Larry Steinhouse Show. I'm your host, Larry Steinhouse, and joining me today is the brilliant Dr. Deb Anderson,
Always
bringing
first.
her sharp insight and guidance.
Always first.
And Omri is here as well. And somehow it said that you were out today, but oh no, wait, hold on. I'm reading the wrong one.
Oh, nice.
No, it's still the right one. Okay, anyway, today we're going to dive into stock options, real estate, wealth building, share recent wins, and discuss how current events, politics, and the economy impact your financial future. As always, we'll mix in some laughs and off-the-wall commentary to keep things lively, right, Omri?
I have no idea what you just said.
Me neither. We're broadcasting live from Investor Schooling headquarters, your home for learning how to invest in real estate, stocks, and take control of your financial life. Don't forget to RSVP for a free class this Thursday night at investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com. It's the perfect way to start your journey to financial success. I'm getting all nervous here because of all the technical problems, right?
You get nervous? I didn't think I would ever
I'm not
see that
really
happen.
nervous. I'm using that as an excuse for flubbing, okay?
All right.
You know, you could have worked for me there, Deb. You know?
I'm working with you now, Larry.
That's why someone farted in the studio.
Hey, I just want to thank our sponsors, too. We have sponsors now, right? Marketing agency near you, the team behind all of our websites, including investorschooling.com, SultanIncomeFund.com, LarrySteinhouse.com, and our charity, Live27.org. You can actually claim your free consultation with Dan and plan now at yourfreeplan.com. That's yourfreeplan.com. I also want to thank PB Adjusting, my friend Peter, and his team. They're going to keep homeowners they're going to help you. Oh my God.
You are awful today. Oh my goodness.
I'm going back to sleep. Right. My friend Peter and his team help homeowners get more money from insurance claims. Visit pbadjusting.com. That's pbadjusting.com. And of course, the Sultan Income Fund. Invest with the Sultan. Collect like a king. Designed for accredited investors with a preferred return of between 36 and 45% per year, but I'm not allowed to say that anymore. And we also want to hear from you.
But you just said that.
I know. We also want to hear from you. What's the phone number, Omri?
What is that?
I'm dying here. I mean,
like, what's going on?
What the heck was that?
I cough, Debbie fart. I don't know what's going on in the studio today. I mean, it's a jungle.
I'm the one.
It's a jungle here. What did you ask me?
I said, what's the phone number?
267-401.
No.
What?
855.
Ah, yes. We haven't been here for 2 weeks.
I know.
That's 855-939-1137. I repeat that. 855-939-1137. Join the zoo at 855-939-1137. Yes, we are real at 855-939-1137. Now for real, guys, we are a live show. I am not at the pool right now in order to talk to you, so please call 855-939-1137. What are we giving them today?
What are we doing?
What are we giving them today?
I
The
don't know, what are we giving
callers.
them? You want to give them a free ticket to Money Hacks?
To Money
Yeah,
Hacks.
just like
I
a-
was
let's do
about
that.
to say, yeah.
All right, so if you call in, you get a free ticket to Money Hacks event. So if you want to find out more about this, go to 4mmw.com. That's 4, the number 4, mmw.com. Then we'll give you 2 tickets, right? There's always 2 people going. We'll give you 2 tickets to Money Hacks. It's $150 a ticket, so you get free tickets, 2 free tickets, and all they have to do is just call, right? They don't even have to. They just have to say hi Omri or hi Debbie or hi Larry, right?
Yeah, but they can't get the ticket unless they can come.
Right, yeah. They have
Right,
So
right.
if somebody is calling to get a ticket just to get a ticket, no, that's not the point.
Yeah, we definitely want to exactly.
We have
Yeah, you have
limited
to go to
spots, and
Right.
we want that people will take the benefit of that.
Exactly, right.
Yes.
Okay, so what's the phone number again?
855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137.
All right, cool. All right, so
So you said something before the show started.
I did a thing, yes.
Yes,
I did a
and
thing
I don't know
yesterday.
anything about
Thing.
this thing.
I did a thing.
And I want to know a little bit more about this thing.
Okay, so here's
What is
what
the
happened.
thing?
I'll tell you.
No, because
I did a thing.
I know, but I did a thing yesterday, and I'm pretty sure it's not the same thing that you did.
As long as we weren't in the same room, it's okay with me.
I'm not sure it's about the same room.
Anyway, so
Where's the move on button?
So what?
Where's the move on button? Yeah, it should be
I'm
handy.
right here, you
She's
know.
right here, we
I'm
can
right
adjust
here. I
it.
can
Exactly,
do it live. I
okay.
can do it live. All right, so tell me about this thing that you did.
So
I don't
did
know
this thing.
anything about
So
this.
here's what happened, right? So I have my Ford Explorer, which
Ah.
I really, really like. I really
Yes.
like my Ford Explorer. It's like it's like, and I've been driving cars for like the last year to try to find something I liked better.
Okay.
Because a man of my stature should not be driving a Ford.
Oh, jeez. Move on. Okay, go ahead. Come
Like
on.
for real, move on, right?
For real, move on.
No,
Come on.
I mean, I actually really like my car. It's a really nice car. It's a Ford Explorer ST. It's a beautiful car, right?
Yeah.
So, I've been kind of looking at the BMW and kind of looking at the Mercedes and kind of looking at the Cadillac. And I drove the Cadillac a while back, and it was just too big. The Escalade.
Also, you're not a soccer mom.
Yeah,
And
well,
we discussed
right,
that.
Right. I liked it, and I didn't love it. I liked
No.
it. It was just too big, right?
Okay.
So then I got my wife the X5, the BMW X5, and every time I get in that car with her, I'm like, damn, this car's nice.
I know.
This is
So-
the one we picked up in Delaware.
Right.
Okay,
So
yeah.
every time, I was like, this car's really nice. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should revisit the BMW again. So a couple of weeks ago, 3, 4, 5 weeks ago, I drove the X3,
Okay.
which is a smaller car. And
No.
it was all right. It just wasn't that great. It was like,
That's the divorce soccer mom.
yeah, you're right. That's the divorce soccer.
That's the
what-
divorce
perfect. Right,
soccer
right,
mom.
Right.
Okay.
So then I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna. So I went online. I priced out an X7. So I priced out an X7, and of course I have to have an M, right?
We went to see an
can
X7
you
few years
hold-
ago,
I know,
if you remember, in
exactly.
Fred Beans.
Right. It was an X7M, which we saw a few years ago, which I really liked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. But so I figured, all right, let me see what the new one looks like. I'll check it out. But I really didn't get a chance to start looking. I kind of reached out to some BMW dealer, and that was about it. A couple of emails, and that was it. So yesterday I go home early, and my wife says, let's go furniture shopping for the new house. So we go furniture shopping, and we went 2 stores, and they had nothing.
Wow.
I mean, they just like junk furniture, not junk, but like nothing that fit our house. I mean, some of the furniture was really, really nice. I mean, I was amazed at some of it. It was gorgeous, but it was just not. It just didn't fit our house. Didn't fit our style.
Yeah.
So I'm like, and we're in Doylestown. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take a ride. Let's take a ride. I said, let's take a ride over to Thompson, Doylestown. What's it? Thompson BMW, right?
Okay.
In Doylestown. So I said, let's go take a ride to Thompson BMW in Doylestown, right? And I said, let's, I'm gonna go check out the X7, because I haven't, I want to see what it looks like. So we get out of the
Bring it
car.
up just so I know what it looks like.
The X7, well, it doesn't matter because it's terrible.
It's a
So
big
we get out of the
SUV.
car,
It's a,
and
yeah.
right, we got out of the car, and there's an X7 in the parking lot. I didn't even go in the showroom yet. There's an X7 in the parking lot. I was like, this is ugly. They changed the body. It's so square. It actually looks like a Range Rover Discovery. So or
All the new one. There's
new
the
ones,
thing
yeah,
with
they're
the
all square, right.
squareness. Why? I don't
Right.
know why.
Right. So I looked at that. I didn't like it, but I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'll drive it anyway. So I walk into the showroom. As soon as I walk into the showroom, there's a BMW X6, which I never saw an X6. I didn't even know an X6 existed.
Of course you knew.
No, I didn't. So I walk in. It's beautiful white X6, metallic white. Because I like white cars. You know why I like white cars?
Now, why do you like white cars?
Because they look cleaner when they're dirty.
Yeah, but everybody has a white car or a silver car. You
I
never
know.
notice that? It makes me crazy.
I know, but if you have a
Or
black
black.
car,
Yeah.
if it's black and it's dirty, you could tell it's dirty. If it's a white car, you yeah, it's dirty, but you can't tell.
I
That's
think
why
it's
like
the
white cars.
opposite.
Yeah, but I mean,
Because a black car, when you have dust on it, you barely see the dust. On a
No,
white
no,
car,
Right,
the
but you can see
shininess
right.
disappear.
Right, that's it. That's all the only thing is, but you can't see the dirt. But the dirt in a black car, you can see it. So that's why I like white cars.
Okay.
So anyway, so this beautiful white car. I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, I'm looking at it like it's big 20-inch wheels with the red.
I know.
And with the red brake caliper, right, cover, right. So I walk around and I go to open the door. Of course, it's locked. And I go and I look at this beautiful white interior. I'm like, wow, this is a beautiful car. So the guy gets me the keys, and I go, what is this? He goes, it's an X6. And I go, is this an M? He goes, yep. And I'm looking at it. And I'm like,
what does the M mean?
So the M is the 8-cylinder, the fastest one they make.
Okay.
So got like super suspension.
Each company has their own like racing division. For Mercedes, it's AMG. For Ford, they call it Ford Performance.
ST, right? Yeah.
Yeah, the Ford Performance.
Right.
And BMW, it's called M.
Okay.
Right.
The
Okay.
M.
So the M is like the top of the line, right?
Okay.
So I get in the car, I sit in it, adjust the seat, and I'm like, wow, this is so comfortable.
Wow.
I can't believe it. I said, can I drive it? And he goes, well, because it's on the showroom floor, right? He goes, well, you can't drive this one, but we have an X5M, and if you want to drive that instead. I'm like, well, I don't really want to drive the X5M. I want to drive this one. And he's like, well, he hum and haw. He's like, all right, let me go see what I can do. So they move all the cars out, and they move this car out, right? And I get in this car, and I didn't even take it out of the parking lot, and I said, I'm buying it.
Mm-hmm.
It was incredible. It's so comfortable. Everything about it was just incredible. You'll see it because I'm probably picking it up today. So I go for a test drive, and of course it has one feature that I can't stand.
Which is?
The stupid shut off the engine automatically. I call it the Democrat feature.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
But you could. Usually there's a button you could turn it off.
Yeah, there's a button to turn off. But in this case, they used to have the button right on the dashboard or right on the console.
No, you have to go to the menu?
You have to go to the
I
menu.
can't believe it. And you're still buying this car. And you're still buying this car.
You know what I said to the guy? As soon as he did that, I said, I don't want the car. I almost got out. And he says, but there's a shortcut way. He goes, put it in sport. Just leave it in sport. It doesn't work. It doesn't do it anymore. I'm like, okay, fine, because I was so annoyed that they had that stupid.
The problem with sport,
the
problem with putting it in sport,
right.
You will get a headache after an hour.
What do you mean?
Because
the exhaust is so loud.
Exactly. I don't know if it's because in the EX6M.
Well, he can't hear anyway, so it should be fine.
Can you move on? Because
serious.
in the X6M, you have sport and then you have M. You have an M button in the steering wheel,
really,
which basically it's more than sport.
Really.
So I'm not sure how loud is sport.
So it was loud in sport.
In my car,
but it sounded great.
In my car,
it sounds like your Maserati.
If I drive my car with sport, my car is not fake.
No, the Maserati has a fake sound.
It doesn't. Nothing come to the speakers. Nothing.
No, but it sounds fake because they moved the baffles.
No, nothing.
Yeah, they moved the baffles and the exhaust in that car. You know that, right?
No, they didn't move anything. This is how the car come from the factory.
Okay. So when you take it out of sport, how come it doesn't? It doesn't.
Okay,
it's still loud. It's still loud. No, I actually like this show today. It's still loud. It's still loud. It's still loud, but they have flaps.
Right.
But every sport car have flaps in the exhaust.
Okay.
Can I tell you
the X6M have flaps in the exhaust too, because then if not, your neighbors will hate you.
Right.
And
my neighbors won't hate me anymore because where I'm moving, I have no neighbors.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that.
My neighbors, you need a shotgun to throw a rock across.
If you want to talk to us about how loud your car is, you can call us at 855-939-1137. We'll be very happy that you will share with us.
855-939-1137, and you get a free tickets to Money Hacks.
To Money Hacks, correct.
Right? So, all right. So, and if you're listening, because I actually told the guys I might be talking about this. So, if you're listening at Thompson BMW, call in. 855-939-1137 and talk about what a great customer I was. Because you know why I'm such a great customer?
You're not delightful, that's for sure.
You know why I'm a great customer?
Why?
Because I made the mistake of telling the guy I wanted the car 5 seconds after I got in it.
Ah.
So all my negotiating power was gone.
Okay.
So I couldn't even negotiate it. So, fine, whatever.
Seriously?
Yeah, because the guy was like, you want this one? It's the only one we got. I'm like...
I'm surprised that you would do something.
Because I was like, I was just so excited that I found a car that I liked.
We discussed Ford Explorer. You're just going to add it to the.
No, I'm gonna
trade it in.
Sell it?
No, I'm gonna trade it in.
Are you gonna trade it in? The Ford
he gave me what I wanted for it. I mean, I wanted a little bit more, but he did remind me that a tree branch fell in the hood of my car and I had to replace the hood, so it had a Carfax ding.
Okay.
He gave me very, very close to what I wanted. So it was fine. I was like, all right, whatever. So it's all right.
So you're trading it in today and picking up the new one
I'm literally
today?
leaving from the show.
No, let's not do it today. Let's do it Monday.
I don't need you.
I want to be there.
I don't need you.
Let's be there Monday.
I don't need you.
Monday.
I don't need you.
Why won't
I don't need you.
Monday? 855-939-1137.
I don't need you.
That's 855-939-1137. You can call and Larry will explain that you don't need me.
I don't need you to pick up the car.
I know you don't need me.
You just want to be there, huh?
Can you move on?
I don't know, but
What? That's the most intense beginning of the show we ever had.
About cars?
About everything. It was intense.
It was intense. Were you tense?
It's from the technical difficulty to the farting to everything that was going on in the studio today. We need to calm down.
So this car. So it turns out that the reason they had this one, it was ordered by a customer who decided not to get it when they came in, right?
Yeah, I believe.
And it had every single feature that this car could get.
Oh, well.
So somebody went online, went click, 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 click. This is the way I do it when I buy it, right?
Yeah.
Click, 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 clicked every single feature, every single one. And last night I even went home, tried to recreate it, and I couldn't figure out. There was one other feature I couldn't figure out where it was. Because there's
special, like stitching or something like that.
Something missing
Yeah.
in my calculation to their calculation. So it was like $3,000 difference what I calculated and what they're charging me. But the sticker price is based on the same exact. It's based on the same exact formula as online. So I got to figure out what's missing, what I'm missing that this has that they didn't know.
Did they say why the guy didn't want it or no? They
He just didn't. He bought another car. He bought something else.
Oh, okay.
So I mean, they had it sitting there for like a day or two.
Oh, well.
Sitting in the showroom and just waiting for me to walk in. And there it is. I'm picking it up today, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to get it. I'm going to Capitol Grill for dinner tonight with Linda, and because I was supposed to go last night, but I went to your house instead.
He invited us for tonight? No.
No, he did not.
He didn't invite us. No.
No.
he
And then
didn't.
you guys had dinner without me.
I'm
which I
having
don't think
dinner
is
with
cool.
my
You
wife.
were invited.
I was invited, but I told you that I couldn't make Friday night.
So what did you want me to do?
I
And I
wanted to-
actually called you and said, if you want, after dinner, if you finish in Monroe, I will take you to Shady Brook. Did I or didn't I say?
I didn't get home till like 9:30 last night. It was
Okay,
late.
okay.
Were you still at Shady Brook at 9:30?
I would go with you because I'm that delightful.
By the way, you guys want to have a private conversation, you can. Just don't do it while there's 7 people listening on the radio.
7?
Well, we were all having a conversation. I'm just saying that the whole point is that I wanted to go to dinner, and you just, I said why don't you switch it to Saturday?
Debbie, I have a
Yes.
solution for all our problems.
What's that?
Our problem with Larry, our problem with each other.
What's that?
Figure out where his table is tonight in Capitol Grill.
We could just go for
And
4 of us,
we'll
and then we'll
take-
take.
and
Do
we'll
you
take-
guys really want to go to Capitol Grill?
And we'll
tonight?
take-
Yeah, why
really?
not?
We'll take the
Really?
We'll take the table next to
So I
him.
can't. if
Next
you-
to him.
you
Or
can't-
I have a better solution.
What's
Let's
that?
figure out if we can get the VIP room because he can get it.
I can get the VIP room. I can get the VIP room. I can make a phone call, and whoever's in there tonight will be thrown out. I'll be put in. But I wanted to go on a day with my wife. Is
You
it
should.
okay?
You should. Your wife had fun in my house yesterday?
She had a good time. Yeah,
I'm happy.
Yeah, we had a
Good.
good time last night. Yeah,
I'm
There's
happy.
No doubt. The whole time we were driving there, going, "Oh my God, we got to spend the whole night with Omri. This is terrible." And we ended up having a great time.
See that?
Can we move on?
I don't. I just feel excluded. That's all. I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
So fine, be that way.
Fine.
Fine,
Fine.
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 fine. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm picking up the car today. I'm really excited about it because I really liked it. I was like, wow.
Okay.
So now, and of course, now my distance to when I close on my house at the end of the month, my distance to work is now half the distance.
Yeah.
By the way, my distance for we actually, what we did last night? We drove by our new house last night because we
Yeah.
wanted to see what it looked like in the dark because we wanted to see the lights
Yeah.
in the house, right? And it was 8 minutes from your house to my house.
Yeah, I believe
Oh,
you.
wow.
8 minutes. So
Yeah.
So I'm going home during lunch from now on, where I never did that before. So that'll be great.
Or to my house.
Or to your house.
Yeah.
Or to
we'll
my
do
house.
lunch.
I'm going to my house and go swimming.
Okay. Naked.
You can. There's nobody around.
I will.
Except I just don't want to see you naked.
Okay. So don't come when I'm there.
So I was away, and I had to say I was away in the Carolinas last week with my girlfriends, and there was a pool there and there was a hot tub there. And then one day my girlfriend says, she's like, "Hey, we should go skinny dipping," and it was just like, it was
Do what?
Skinny dipping.
Skinny dipping. You know what skinny dipping is?
Wait.
No,
Let's
talk to the mic. What is skinny?
I'm sorry. Do you know what skinny dipping is?
No.
Skinny dipping is
see
going
if you
in
can
the
figure it out. What do you think skinny dipping is?
Yeah, what do you think skinny dipping would be?
Does it involve cheese sauce?
What?
What?
What is skinny dipping?
No, that's
Skinny dipping. You don't. You
skinny
never,
dipping. It's called.
Okay.
You never heard that
What do you
term?
think it is? Of course
You
not.
just swim naked?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just swim naked.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it was just weird because I wasn't expecting that. So then my one girlfriend's like, no, I'm not doing it. My other one's like, come on. And she was trying to convince me. I'm like, all right, you want to go that bad? All right. So then I go upstairs, I undress, I come downstairs in a towel, and then she's downstairs in the hot tub, fully dressed. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? I thought we were doing this. She's like, I changed my mind. So then
She just wanted to see you in a towel.
it was just weird. So then I went back upstairs, got my bathing suit on, and went in
It's
the tub.
So this is the part I don't understand. If you're going to go skinny dipping, why do you have to go upstairs to take your clothes off?
Because my bathing suit was upstairs.
But if you go in skinny dipping, you don't need a bathing suit.
No, I
no,
understand.
but
I
you
understand.
need
but
to
I need-
shave
I need-
before.
Stop it. I needed to get a
What?
towel. I didn't have a towel. Everything was upstairs. Like, I needed a towel to go. I'm not going to walk around the house naked.
Why not?
I'll do it at my
Just
house.
outside.
I'll do it at my house
Really?
naked.
We
but I
are a
won't-
financial show, right?
I know.
What are we? What are we? Are we a financial show?
I know. That's why.
Because right now we're talking about how to go to a dealer and not try to
Not
get the best.
negotiate,
Not
I know,
negotiate
right?
exactly.
I know.
How to go naked inside your house. How to shave. Whatever.
I didn't say anything about shaving. You brought that up.
Wait,
No,
wait.
I said because shaving is necessary if you go what
No,
you
you
just
do the
said.
waxing.
If you
The
go skinny
waxing's
dipping, yeah,
better.
right.
Waxing is better.
Right.
Look at that look from Omri.
So this is an interesting show today. Okay.
Yes. yes.
What's new?
I know, right?
Yeah.
So for you guys who never listened to the show before, we actually are a financial show.
We are.
And we've been doing this show for so long that it just became boring talking about the stock market and talking about real estate. So now we just talk about whatever we want to talk about.
It became
and you can come to, and it's funny because you come to investor schooling, and the three of us are exactly like this.
You know, it's funny you say that because we just hired somebody, a sales guy who just hired. And
What's his name? And that's not a question to you. It's a question to him. What's his name? Larry, what's his name?
Wait. All right, let's talk about this before you finish that.
What's his name, Larry?
His name is Rich.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
So what Omri's talking about, this is the funniest thing. What Omri's talking about was I sent him up an email box, right? rich@investorschooling.com, right? I sent him up an email box. And the next day, I'm trying to get into this email. I can't figure out why I can't get into this email. And I'm struggling and I'm panicking. And, Omri's a technical genius.
No, I'm not.
And I'm all upset. Why? And I'm yelling at the computers. And I'm like, I hate Microsoft, blah, 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 F this, F that, right, blah, 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 blah. And finally, I said, Omri, you do it. I'm done. So I go into the office, and about 5 minutes later, Omri comes into my office, starts laughing hysterical, and he goes, what's his name?
I haven't laughed. I came to you. I stared at you and I said, his name is Rich.
Oh, yeah, his name is Rich.
His name is Rich.
Because I kept putting in Rick at Investor Schooling. And I... So it was actually a very funny thing. So now Rich's new nickname is Rick.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
yeah.
So anyway, so you were saying how people come into the school and this is
Well,
who we
what
are.
I was saying is that because we just kind of riff and just do our own thing. So the one time that Glenn came out with us and we went out to lunch, remember?
yeah.
And he started recording us, and it was just funny because we were just being us, and he just recorded it and put it on. It was like a minute. Remember, Glenn,
Yeah,
when
it
we
was
did that?
pretty funny.
Anyway, so we
I
were.
did.
Yeah, and the other day, it was the three of us, and Rich was sitting there, and we just started talking like we're doing right now, and Rich is just looking around, and I just looked at him, I said, yes, the radio show was real.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was just so funny, because we were just all goofing off and just having fun.
Exactly.
So.
Hey, Glenn, before we go to commercial, did you find those other two commercials? Is it possible you can find them?
They are not labeled as such. I'm going to play the remainder of the spots that are in here.
Okay. All right. If
so
not,
they may be in there.
I'll read them live. No big deal because they're for our sponsors.
They may be in here. There's a couple with new names.
Okay, so if maybe they're in there. Okay, so you go to commercial and we will.
You can read them. You can read them.
No. I'd rather them be recorded because they were done perfect, And this morning I didn't do so well reading.
All right. Well, why don't we play this? Why don't we play the spots that we have, and if they're not in there, then we'll read it.
There you go. Go
right.
for it. Play them. Hey, this is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. How many times
All right, you're clear.
will you finally go to investorschooling.com?
Let's see. Yeah, the ones that they have in here, Larry.
Yeah, you're going to learn.
The ones that they have. Let's see. There's one called 30 Seconds for More. There's one called Altruistic.
Right.
There's I Buy Houses Revised, which I think is your whorehouse one. And then there's Lev 27. I don't think they have them in
No,
here.
I don't think they have them in there either. Okay, all right, I'll have to read them live. No big deal. I got to remember where they were to read them live.
Do you still want me to play all these?
Yeah, play, that's
three or
fine.
four?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. That's fine. Yeah.
Tuesday night
Sorry, I was talking to the engineers.
No worries.
with us to see how you can
So we've got a workaround to the problem for now. So you should.
Well, obviously it's working, so it's fine.
money. So go to
Yeah, everything should be fine now.
Okay, cool.
take your complimentary class this Thursday. That's investorschooling.com. We'll see you there. Hey, this is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. Did you know that there are a lot of altruistic reasons that you should become a real estate investor? That's right, you get to rent houses to really nice people who need houses. And you know what? When there's a housing shortage and you have a house for them, they are so happy. I've actually gotten hugs from tenants. So come to investorschooling.com
And that's the only affection he gets.
right away. That's right, we have a complimentary class this Thursday
I get hugs from my
night.
wife, too, and my
This
dog-
way,
and
you
my
can
dog
get
jumps
hugs
all
from
over
your
me when I come
tenants,
home.
too. Go to investorschooling.com. O'clock. Hi, this is Larry Steinhouse, and I want to let you know that I buy houses. I buy houses from people that may be a tired landlord, maybe somebody who's having trouble selling their house, or maybe someone who needs to sell their house quickly. Well, all you need to do is call 855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137, and I promise to answer the phone and help you with your situation. That's right, your house may be cluttered. It may be a house that a relative left you, or it may just be a house you just want to get rid of. 855-939-1137. Hi,
The
this-
wire
This is
on
the last
this
one.
is
This is the last one.
What?
the
one
wire on
called
this
Lev
is cracked. You
27.
need to
Lev
replace these
27 is a
headphones.
charity that helps
Headphones.
people stay in
They
their
have to be
homes.
replaced.
Throw it away.
Look, sometimes life
I know, but
happens.
the other one's not
Many
working.
people live paycheck to paycheck.
Do you
and
wanna
if
talk
suddenly something
about
happens
Lev
and they can't
27
afford to pay their
during the
rent,
show?
we will step
Yeah,
in
hold
and
on.
help them. We'll even cover any legal fees to keep them in their home. Go to lev27.org. That's lev27
All right, stand by. Coming back.
or make a donation. Thank you.
This program is paid for by Investor Schooling.
I like this riff when it comes on. It's nice. Yeah? What do you think, Omri? You like it?
I did.
All right. Welcome back to the Larry Steinhouse Show. Oh, he's going to play the whole thing, isn't he? There you go. All right, welcome back to the Larry Steinhouse Show. I am here with my wonderful co-host, Dr. Deb Anderson, and I'm also here with Omri.
Yes. This other guy.
The other one. The other,
The other
one.
one.
The other one.
The other one.
But Omri's got the sexy voice, though.
Omri
Yeah.
does have the sexy
What's the
voice.
phone number for the sexy voice?
855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. Call us at 855-939-1137.
All right, I want to mention a couple of things out. I want to give a shout out to, of course, Dan Jones. Dan Jones and his team at Marketing Agency Near You. Make it happen. Hey, look, they do PR coverage. They do media features. They do SEO that gets you everywhere. And they even do AI overviews. They handle, by the way, all the websites for Investor Schooling, Sultan Income Fund, LarrySteinhouse.com, and even our charity, Lev27.org. If you add in smart advertising, your brand becomes impossible to ignore, driving real leads and conversions. Claim your free consultation and plan now at yourfreeplan.com. That's yourfreeplan.com. And you will be able to have some cool websites just like ours. All right. Now, I also want to see if I can find the other one, but I'll tell you what. I don't even need the other one. I already know my friend Peter at PB Adjusting. So PB Adjusting is a what kind of adjusting company is it?
Like insurance adjusting.
Yeah, it's insurance adjusting.
Insurance
right?
adjusting.
Yeah.
Claim.
So
no?
you-
Yeah, insurance
what?
claims. Yeah.
Claim
Right.
adjustment. Yeah.
What?
I would have actually, if I knew Pete, because when that whole car went through my house, Pete wasn't a student yet.
Yeah, he wasn't a student yet.
He wasn't
yeah,
a student
right,
yet.
right.
So when I ended up using somebody else, but when that car went through my house, the insurance
You
company
used an
offered
adjuster,
me.
right?
Yeah, I used an adjuster because they offered me like $47,000, and it was like over $100,000
Yeah,
to
right,
fix
it's
my
ridiculous,
place.
right.
So somebody recommended him. And,
so Peter at pbadjusting.com. If you go to pbadjusting.com, you'll be able to get more money for your claim. I mean, look, this is what they do. The insurance companies, look, they make more money if they pay you less, right? That makes sense,
Yeah,
right?
that's how it works,
So
yeah.
if you're getting a lowball offer from an insurance company, you need to call an adjuster. But I'm going to tell you what, I've actually learned that I don't even call the insurance company anymore. I call Peter first, and I say, Peter, just take care of this for me. And he takes care of it. So go to pbadjusting.com if you need to get more money for your claim. I want to talk about something that happened this week, not to us, but something interesting.
Okay.
So do you know who Ty Lopez is?
Ty Lopez now.
No. So, you know who Ty Lopez is? Okay.
No. Who?
So Ty Lopez is a social media marketer who, into money and into but Ty Lopez He's the guy who brought the brand. When Radio Shack went out of business, he bought the brand. When Bed Bath & Beyond went out of business, he bought the brand. When Pier 1 went out of business, he bought the brand. And his intentions were to buy these brands and reinvigorate them, start them over, maybe with a new whatever, but he bought he bought these brands.
Only the reputation, basically. You don't keep the business in business.
Well, he's buying the brands, he's buying the names. So RadioShack.com, he owns Radio Shack. RadioShack.com, he owns the trademark Radio Shack.
But he don't continue with the stores.
No. The stores are all closed.
Yeah.
Same thing with Bed Bath & Beyond, same thing with Pier 1, they're all closed. But he bought the brands.
I got you.
So and whatever he paid for them, whatever it was, $1 million, $2 million, whatever he paid, I don't even know. But so what he was doing was he's putting together a fund, right? And when he puts together this fund, he collects money from, hundreds of people, and they invest with him. And he was supposed to make these brands into something big, right? Like reinvigorate these brands. Well, do you see any Radio Shack stores?
No.
Do you see any Pier 1 stores?
No,
Do you
but
see
then
Bed Bath & Beyond
but
stores?
then the names are still known.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let me go where I'm going instead of you going where you're going.
Okay.
Okay. Well, it turns out that he was running a giant Ponzi scheme.
Oh, wow.
He was taking money from investors, and he was promising them a 25% a year return.
Wow.
Based on?
Exactly. Based on nothing. So and we had been talking about this for years now.
There was no plan? There was no nothing?
Well, we don't know if there was no nothing. He might have had all good intentions. But here's the thing, right? If you're going to pay somebody 25%, so if you let's for instance, you invested $1 million with the guy, that's $250,000 a year return is what you're supposed to get, right?
Yeah.
So how does he pay you $250,000 a year if he's not making any money yet?
By the next lenders. The next
Exactly
investors.
right, the next person who invests in the fund.
The next investor.
So if he promises you $250,000 for $1 million, he has to find that $250,000 from somewhere, and guess where he gets it from? He gets it from the next guy who invests with him, and then the next guy who invests with him, the next guy, and then one day there's no new investors and the money runs dry. Well, apparently that's what just happened. And amazingly enough, I mean, this guy he's famous. Everybody talks about him. I have never seen him. I've never spoken to him. I've never shaken his hand. I've never even gone to an event where he has, but I knew of him. And it was interesting because we've noticed this a lot with smaller Ponzi schemes.
Yeah.
We're seeing like these guys that, that some of the people who we know invested with other Ponzi schemes. And I'm like, you gotta read the paperwork and you got to understand the business model.
Yeah.
So right now,
yeah.
Basically, even if they will go and try to go to a foreclosure with him, there is nothing there. It's only the name.
It's not a foreclosure. It's a fund. So here's what happens. So I'm going to, and the reason I'm not the reason, but I'm going to use my fund. So you guys know I have a fund. It's called the Sultan Income Fund, right? And in the Sultan Income Fund, my business model is very simple. I take money, I sell covered calls on that money, and that is considered a profit. Whenever I sell those calls for it, that's considered a profit, right? And then we take that profit and we share it for the fund and with the investors. And there's a set amount that we share, and there's a set amount that we don't know we don't know what the return's going to be. We know it's going to be somewhere between 3 and 4% a month for the investors, or 6 to 8% for the company, right? So we know that because we know that from past history. We could see that every time we do it, we get between 6 and 8%, and we pay the investors half of that. Right? So we know what the business model is. We know how it works. We know that they will get this money. Now, is there risks? Yes. The risk is in the principal, and and if you understand the fund, for example, if you put in $100,000, the principal it'll never be $100,000 again. Sometimes it'll be more than $100,000. Sometimes it'll be less than $100,000. But in a really bad event, like a black swan event, like a COVID, the $100,000 could go down really low. It could go down to maybe $50,000 or $40,000, and then you're making money off of the $30,000 or the $40,000, $50,000 instead of $100,000. That's the risk, and I explain it to everybody when they come in. The transparency, though, in the fund is amazing, right? So first of all, usually by the 8th or 9th of the month, you know what check you're going to get at the end of the month. Because I can't predict what check and how much people are going to get next month. I could only say from past history it'll be between 3 and 4% is what they're going to get. So I could tell you what it's going to be right around the 9th or 10th of the month. I could tell you exactly what it's going to be, right? And and then 3 days after the month ends or 4 days after the month ends, you get a check for that amount of money, and you have to take it. You can't leave it in the fund. That's another rule of our fund. You have to take the money. It's not like we build it up, and then one day we give you a big check. The other thing is how much the fund's worth, and what each share is worth is transparent. You just call us at any time. or ask us in email. We'll tell you exactly what it is. Now, every day it's different because it changes. So, if it was 100,000, tomorrow it might be 103. The next day it might be 98. The next day it might be 100. So, it could change. So, whatever it is that day, if you ask us, we'll tell you exactly how much it is that day. So it's completely transparent, and we know what the model is. We understand the business model. I can explain the business model to you, but more importantly, you understand you're going to get a check every month because of this. Now, the interesting thing is, if you're with the fund for about 2 years, you're going to get, you get almost 100% of your money back. By the way, I need to stop here for a second and say that this fund this is a conversation. This is not, at the moment, it's not a solicitation for the fund.
Yeah.
I'm just comparing it, using a comparison for what Ty Lopez did, because what Ty Lopez did is he took your money, he never told you what he did with it, he never told you where it was going, and it turned out that he skimmed off $13 million on top of it.
Wow.
So he actually took $13 million out of the company and used it to buy his own house and his cars and all these other things that he was buying, right?
Where is he?
I don't know. I think it's in California, but I'm not even sure. But the funny thing is, I saw advertisements for him today still because they're still running on Facebook. And so I bring that up. And by the way, if you do want to get involved in the fund, it's private placement memorandum. It's for accredited investors only. So you have to be an accredited investor. An accredited investor is someone who has $1 million or more in net worth, not including their principal residence, or makes $200,000 a year, or $300,000 if you're married. So understand that even with Ty Lopez, he probably had a PPM, which is the paperwork. So we have a 98-page document that you get sent. That's sent to you. It's sent to you via computer. You download it, and you're supposed to read it. And if you don't read it, that's up to you. But you're supposed to read it, and then you sign it. And then after you sign it, I sign it that says that you signed it, because we want to make sure that everyone understands all the risks that are involved. And I'm going to tell you something. In this PPM, 14 times inside this PPM, it says you could lose all your money. Now, I'm telling you, the odds of that happening are really, really small. But inside the PPM, it says that. You know why it says that inside the PPM? Because if that weird, strange thing happens, and I said you couldn't do it, you could lose all your money, then I go to jail. And you know what? I make a lot of money now. We're talking about my new house, new car, right? And you guys are going to start sharing in that as well coming the new year. We all know that. Everybody knows that investor schooling is growing. Great things are happening here. But if I'm making a lot of money, I can't spend it in jail. So I'm not going to jail. Ty Lopez, he's going to spend 13, 14 years in jail now. It'll take about 2 years to go through the whole case. But I'm telling you, if what they said is true, and I believe it, he's going to jail. He's going to spend the next 10, 15 years in jail. And he's going to be there, and when he comes out, he's not allowed to open up any more funds. That's another thing he's not allowed to do. And he's not going to be able to do certain kind of businesses, because when he comes out of jail, that's going to be the punishment. And that's why everything we do is transparent at Investor Schooling. Everything we do is transparent. We could teach you how we do it. So the other thing too is, like, what we do in the fund, we can teach you exactly what we do. And we have a program for that we say you come in and you learn exactly what we do. So you actually learn this complete process. We have another program where while we teach you, we're doing it with you. So we're actually trading in your account. So we actually trade in your account. It's called the Onyx program. And we trade in your account, and we trade for you. And most people get, for the whole program, most people, if you put $200,000 into a Charles Schwab account, after about 3 to 4 months, you probably, most likely, have made all the money back you paid for the program, right? Which is amazing. Then, of course, we have the fund, which is to do it for you. So, in other words, you don't have to do anything. So, these are 3 ways that you can get involved with this type of trading, this type of money-making, money-making activity. And it's amazing. It's an amazing way to make money. Now, and when I say, it's 3 to 4% per month, which it really is, I'm not even, my attorney told me not to say that anymore, because he's afraid.
And here you did it.
And I said it anyway, right? And he's afraid. He actually says, he said, we actually joked, and we said, okay, from now on, we're going to advertise it as returns so high that my attorney says we can't tell you what they are anymore. And it's not, he goes, I know, he goes, I've seen your results, but if you say it, and then 1 month you pay 2% instead of 3%, somebody might get mad and sue you. And I say, well, what about the PPM? The PPM says it doesn't guarantee that. He goes, I know, but people will sue you for everything. After the PPM,
you said, yeah,
they'll sue you for anything. And I say, so it's kind of a weird place where I know what's going to happen, but I can't know what's going to happen. And past performance is no indicator of future results. I know these are all the things I'm supposed to say.
All right, so I have a question actually
Sure.
on that. So I was having lunch with a friend or brunch with a friend of mine today, and we were away last week, and I mentioned to them that I so just for context, like I have a very different life with my other friends as I do with my investor schooling friends. So everybody here knows me as Dr. Deb, but my other friends, like, you know, they don't know me as Dr. Deb, and they don't know much about this whole investment life that I do, right? And it came up that my friend, she's living in a facility, and it's, you know, expensive and blah blah blah, and she has some money that she has put away, and I'm like, you know, you should consider doing covered calls because, you know, you can make some money and it would cover your rent. And she's like, oh, I'll talk to my financial advisor. And I'm like, you know, I have reservations about your financial advisor because they're not really in your best interest. Blah blah blah. Anyway, blah blah blah. Moving on. And we had lunch today, and or brunch today, and she's brought it up a couple times, and I can't answer the question, so I need you to help me answer the question.
Sure.
Is what are the tax ramifications of it? And my response to her is, you're making more money, so yes, you're going to have to pay taxes on it, but you're complaining that you're making more money? I'm confused. And then she's
This is the problem. This is
Right.
America.
Right. No,
I don't want to make more money because I might have to pay more taxes. Well, you're an idiot.
Well, I understand that, and that's what I say. I'm like, you're making more money, so you're going to have to pay more taxes, but you're making more money, and that's not something you complain about. But I mean, at the end of the day, how much should we be putting aside for taxes, or how does that tax implication happen with covered calls?
All right, so
Why do you need to put aside? The point being is, if the income is pretty steady, what you're making right now will cover the taxes for last year.
It's funny you say it, because it's exactly where I was going to go. But let me explain why what you just said was so important. Okay, so let's say you're making $10,000 a month in covered calls. Okay, you have an account with about $100,000 in it. Okay, and you're making $8,000 to $10,000 a month. It'd probably be around 125 would get you 10,000. So let's say you put an account at 125 and you're making about 10,000. It's no guarantee, but this is about the numbers we've been seeing. And you're making $10,000 a month, and this is on top of your regular income, right?
Right.
So you're going to work every day, and you're making whatever you're making, and you're getting an extra $10,000 a month. Now your work is taking out taxes, so you're kind of okay with this. But all of a sudden, you have a extra income of $120,000 that you paid no taxes on the entire year, and you're going to have to pay tax on that number. It's probably going to come to around $30,000 of what you're going to have to pay.
Okay.
Assuming that you have a high income. If you have a lower income, it's going to be less. But assuming you have a high income, it's probably going to be around $30,000. Now, the first year that you ignore that, which is where you come to the first year, you come to this April, and you've never done it before, you're just going to have to pay the taxes, and the IRS is going to, your accountant is going to give you a form that says next year you have to put away about $8,000 a quarter to cover this money again.
Okay.
All right, and next year, if you don't put away that $8,000, they penalize you on the $8,000 you didn't put away. It's about 1% per 1%. It's 1% each time you didn't put it away. So, all the way up to April. So you have to, you're paying. So you're probably paying something like maximum. You're paying 12% interest on the money. 12%. If you don't on the penalty.
Okay.
Plus, you still have to pay the tax. Remember that, okay? So just keep this in mind that you will have to pay tax. Now, if you're making these kind of returns, what Omri just said is relevant, but you gotta be able to do it. Like in my head, I don't care. At the end of this year, when I do my taxes, I'm probably gonna owe about $125. Is what I figured. Right now, I'm not worried about the penalty because I wasn't doing it last year. Now I've got a whole bunch of money doing this, so I'm gonna have about a $125 tax liability, and I'm just going to pay the $125, or I'm going to pay it in payments. So the nice thing about the IRS is you can make payments to them. So maybe I'll make, if it's $125, maybe I'll make a $10,000 payment every month to them, and then there's interest on that too. But if I'm making more money on my money than I am with their money, right? So if I can make more money than the interest that they're charging me, I'm better off going on a payment plan with the IRS.
Of course.
But you have to be out. So this is where I always tell people, like when they come to investor schooling, they're going to come way out of their comfort zone.
Yeah.
So imagine the first thing at November 15th. Now, if you've never had this happen to you before, and all of a sudden you owe the government $100,000, you're like, "What? Oh my God! Oh, they're coming $100,000." You're like, "No, that's fantastic. That means you probably made an extra $400,000 to $500,000 that you didn't normally make."
You know what's amazing about it? I'm sorry interrupting you. You basically margin with the IRS money.
Yes. Yes, you're getting it now.
You have
You
margin
are
with
getting-
the IRS
you are
money.
now getting why
Think about
debt
that.
is so important, right? You can make so much money on debt if you understand how debt works. And this is another thing. Like people come to me, Dave Ransby told me I should have no debt. I'm like, you should not buy furniture on your credit card. You should not buy, you should not have heavy debt in cars, et cetera, like that. But if you know how to use debt to make money, you'll be able to you'll be able to make more money. Like, I mean, look, I recovered and became a multi-millionaire because of money I borrowed. And I didn't borrow from people. Some I borrowed from people, some I borrowed from banks, but all of it was collateralized money. So in other words, if I didn't pay, they got the house or they got whatever property was. So I made money on people's money. That's how you do. You make money on other people's money. Listen, I'm sorry, Warren Buffett makes money on other people's money. He trades other people's money. That's what he does. They're called investors. There's something called what is it? What is it? What is his stock? Berkshire Hathaway. So Berkshire Hathaway is a gigantic company that owns a whole bunch of other companies that you buy stock in Berkshire Hathaway, and that's other people's money that Warren Buffett is using to buy more companies to make more money. That's how it works. That's why you need to understand debt. You need to understand that debt is a good thing. Once you, as long as you're not, buying junk.
Yeah,
Okay. So hold on. So the reason I say put money away every month, and the reason I do this is not for the covered calls I haven't been doing, but so I freelance. So whenever I get a check, they don't take taxes out. So I always take a percentage of that out, and I put it in a separate account.
Do you put it in a separate account, or do you actually pay the IRS?
I put it in a separate account.
You should pay the IRS. You should make quarterly payments to the IRS instead of putting it in a separate account.
So I used to make quarterly payments, and then I got a new accountant, and he hasn't been your guy that you recommended, and he hasn't set me up on quarterly payments. So I haven't been doing.
You know how you do quarterly payments, right?
What, just send in
You
money?
just walk into a bank and you say, "Here's my tax ID number. Here's the payment," and they make it for you.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Your accountant doesn't set you up on quarterly payments. He
No.
will next year because he's going to give you a slip. Because if you move to my accountant, he didn't know you did this in the past. So now you're going to get the penalty because you didn't do it this year, and he's going to give you the slips this year that you normally would have. But
you have the slips in your tax return.
Here's the problem with accountants and attorneys, right?
No, I don't.
Accountants and attorneys do what you tell them to do.
No, I understand it, but I remember I switched to the guy that you recommended this year because of the other stuff I was dealing with. Right. And up until then, I was always making quarterly payments, and then I haven't made quarterly payments this year.
Don't worry about it. You're gonna have to pay a penalty because you didn't make the quarterly payments. But I'm telling you, you're making more money than
I know.
You're
But
making more money on the money that's not in those quarterly payments.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is the reason some people are saying put money away, and the reason I do that is because when I get a freelance check, I take a percentage of that. Right. And I always put that money away that I have money for taxes when my bill comes due. It's there.
Yeah, sure.
You know what I mean? But
what I do is I don't know if you know this. So what I did was that's why the Sultan Income Fund now has a payroll. They have a payroll because I'm not disciplined to put money aside. I'm disciplined. I have money. I can write a check to the IRS anytime for the money, but I don't want to take money out of an account and put it here. So now I have payroll, right? So I get a paycheck now. Well, I will be getting a paycheck, right? As the first, we all talked about this. I'm going to get a paycheck on the first, and the tax is going to come out of it automatically.
Right.
So I don't care because even at the end of the year, after that, I'm still going to owe the IRS money, and the paychecks are pretty big. So I'm still going to owe the IRS money anyway.
But you said I could go into a bank with my tax ID and say, "Here's money for the IRS," and they pay it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
No, you need to show the voucher from your
tax.
You
don't
need
to show the voucher. You can come in with your tax ID number and say, "Hey, I lost the voucher. Can you put the money in?"
And
they'll give you a receipt.
And they pay the IRS.
They'll give you a receipt. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Yeah. Okay. That's good to know.
Absolutely.
So I'm wondering if maybe I could just make a payment now, or should I just wait at this point?
You can't.
At this point, it won't matter.
What do you usually? I mean, I don't want to talk about it online.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't worry about it too much, especially now you're making a lot of money. It comes next year. You can always pay them in payments. I mean, I like the idea of paying the IRS in payments. It's no big deal.
Okay. Yeah, because I always used to do quarterlies, but this last guy, he didn't set me up, and they've always set me up in the past. So.
But you can see, like, if you're listening to this conversation, you're going, wow, these guys are, like, talking way over my head. We're not talking over your head. We're actually we're talking about things that other people don't say and do, right? When people come to investor schooling, we take them way out of their comfort zone. We really do. It's amazing. Even Deb has been taken so far out of her comfort zone. Omri's been taken so far out of his comfort zone that, and it's funny because you could tell when you're there, when you guys start resisting. Right, you start resisting with me, right? You start yelling at me and going, "But Larry, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work." And then a couple months later, it worked. How'd you know?
Well, you know, it's interesting because I know when I was going through all the absolute pain of Monroe.
Yeah.
You know, with all the crap that happened with that, I am nowhere near as paranoid and scared with this Delaware property doing this major rehab,
right? Isn't that funny?
As I was with Monroe because it was so terrible. So I mean, I'm still concerned about it, but not anywhere near as I was before. So
you're also much more experienced.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I learned a lot.
Right,
I learned a lot from Monroe.
And even during Monroe, right? I kept pushing you and saying, "You got to finish it. You got to finish it. You got to finish it."
I don't think there was ever a point where I wasn't, but it was just the whole process was just very difficult for me.
Yeah, and I also said to you that you're going to come a couple of years from now. You're going to go, "I am so glad I went through that because it's going to be worth more money." Now, it may not be a couple of years from now, maybe 10 years from now, but whatever. It's going to be such a great deal. It's going to be your landmark, your legacy property, like in your head. Even if you buy properties that are bigger, it doesn't matter. But that's the one that made Dr. Debbie Anderson the greatest investor ever. And you'll see it. You'll understand what I'm talking about a few years from now. Because this happens, right? It just happens. It's like things change. I mean, we're buying the building next door because we have to expand our offices because our office is too small now. So we're buying the building next door. And the last time I bought a building, I bought it too fast. And I had to sell it, right? I had to sell it a year later because I couldn't afford the building because we bought it too fast. Now we're buying this one, and it's completely different. Like when we bought the last one, we just moved in.
Yeah.
This one, we're buying it, and we're renovating it to our needs because this is different now. It's very different now. Now we can afford it. We can understand what we need to do, and we're making it the way we want it. So things change. When the time is right, the time is right. Yeah. You know, this show is a little bit different than what we normally do if you listen for the first time. But I will tell you that there's a lot of good stuff here. You know, you need to learn investments. You need to learn how to do investments. If you don't learn how to do them right, things go bad. And Investor Schooling, we teach you how to do it. It's not just stocks and stock options. It's real estate. It's tax advice. It's credit card advice for you guys who don't know. I have $1.3 million worth of available credit on credit cards now. I just popped up over 1.3.
Check it out.
And it's just amazing. Like, you know, and like everybody says the same thing. What would you do with $1.3 million worth of credit cards? What the answer is?
Anything you want.
Anything you want. It's like so funny that people don't get that, right? You know, and I can manipulate my credit score 150 points in a month, right? So once you learn how to do this stuff, it'll blow your mind. Like today, I'm going to actually buy the car, and I bought the car. You ready for this? No personal guarantee, no credit check on me.
Really?
100% in one of my companies.
Okay.
It's because over years I built credit in that company to the point where the guy said, "Hey," he actually said, "I need you to do credit app," and I said, "I can't." He goes, "Why?" I go, "Because I'm buying a house at the end of the month, and I don't want the bank to know that I just bought a car, and I want to put in my company name anyway." So he says, "All right, well," he says, "most likely they're not going to pass it in your company name." I said, "They will, because I've had 4 loans already with the company name that I personally guaranteed, and I bet you they'll do it this time without it." He goes, "We'll try." He called me back up. He goes, half a point higher than if you personally guarantee it, but and I said, "That's fine. What do I care? I'll pay the loan off in a year anyway, so I don't really care, because I hate car loans. I even hate house loans, but I ain't paying this new house loan off for a while." All right, so we got what do we got? We got about another minute or so, right? So I feel like I'm losing my voice. Do you guys hear that?
It's because you're always talking, Larry. We're just, always listening to you talk.
I know today Omri didn't get to interrupt me once.
I know. I have something to chat about, but
well, you know what? We got another show coming up that we're going to record, so
we'll
we'll talk about it in that show.
Seconds, so
what do you got, Omri? You got 1 minute. What do you got?
Please call us in the next hour at 855-939-1137. We are still here, heading up to our second hour, 855-939-1137, and you will be able to be part of the best event we ever had in this school. Right. 855-939-1137.
All right, I want to thank you all for listening. You guys are awesome. I want to thank Dr. Dev for being here. Of course, I want to thank Omri for being here, and of course, the
Sweet
Glenn Page for being here as well. You guys are awesome. Listen, if you want to learn more about investor schooling, go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com. And we're going to teach you everything there is to know about money that you didn't know before. We have a great event coming up. It's Money Hacks. Go to 4mmw.com. That's 4mmw.com. Take care.
Everything just went
This
blank.
program is paid for by
My whole thing just went dead.
expressed
when
on
you
the
did
program
that.
or
When you
solely
did that.
those of Investor
I don't know, the whole
Schooling or
thing
their
just went
guests and
dead,
do
like
not
I
reflect
can't
the
hear
opinions of
anything.
WPHT or Odyssey.
I don't know. But like, there's nothing. Say something. Yeah, say something. Talk.
Mine
You
work.
want to?
Nothing. I got
Go.
nothing.
Omri.
1, 2, and 2.
Underneath her desk with the boxes, there's a red wire. See if it's still plugged in.
Premium Automobile Studios, powering
See if the
your
red wire's
drive
plugged
with
in.
10 brands and 20 locations. Always live on the
Yeah,
free
we just
Odyssey
went-
app.
went
At
black.
California Psychics, we know that
That-
sometimes you can wake
There you
up
go.
thinking,
You got it? Yeah, the red wire plugged in. That's why the other headphones didn't work.
I don't know if I'm in the right.
That's why your other
career.
headphones didn't work.
All right. I got it.
Yeah, because
Or the
once you
right
said that, I didn't realize
relationship.
it was something
but
else.
whatever your life dilemma, at California Psychics, we'll give you the guidance you need.
All right, you guys on Facebook, just so
Your
you know,
life choices.
we're still
And because
we're
we
still
only
live on
connect you with
Facebook,
the
but
very
obviously we're
best,
not live
we
on
guarantee
PHC
your
at the
reading
moment.
isn't life-changing. It's free. California Psychics. Call 1-800-PREDICT today and get 20 minutes for just...
Hey, was Omri like eating while you guys were on the air?
He does that.
Phillies fan.
Yeah, I could hear like you were like doing the outro. I hear like slurping and
Notch.
Yeah, he does that.
Stay locked in on
You
all
eating.
things
you
Eating?
over all
Yeah, you were doing
Coast
something,
slurping
right?
and
What was I eating?
I don't know. You were making noise.
The new era Phillies team store.
it wasn't that bad.
want to go jet ski?
Our expansive collection of hats, jerseys, and other Phil's apparel.
You want to go
today.
jet ski?
Shipping
Yeah,
is
hey,
also
you think you
available.
can find those commercials?
Visit phillies.com/new era.
What?
You think you can find those commercials Frank has?
We know you're uncertain
He
about...
probably just didn't move them over to the studio.
I can message him.
Yeah, see if you can find them, because I'd
hang
rather.
on, let me see.
They were just perfect reads.
That's why California...
All right, let me message him.
percent of the psychics who apply to work with us. We guarantee if your rating isn't life-changing, it's free. New customers receive 20 minutes for just $20. So experience the joy of certainty at CaliforniaPsychics.com. Get insights on the go. Download the California Psychics app today.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it?
I'm texting Frank. Are you about ready to go?
Yeah, whenever you're ready, man.
And other bills. With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family.
15 seconds.
Online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com.
Stand by.
This program is paid for by Investor Schooling. All opinions or statements expressed on the program are solely those of Investor Schooling or their guests and do not reflect the opinions of WPHT or Odyssey.
WPHT, WPHT-HD, WOGL HD3 Philadelphia. From the Piazza Auto Group studio.
You're live.
Power One with 8 brands and 25 locations. Always live on the free Odyssey app. The Larry Steinhouse Show.
All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another exciting edition of the Larry Steinhouse Show. I am your host, Larry Steinhouse, and joining me today is the incredible Dr. Deb Anderson, bringing her sharp insights and guidance. And, of course, Omri is here in action and ready to keep things lively with his humor and perspective, and, of course, his sexy voice.
Yes.
Today, we're diving into stock options, real estate, wealth-building strategies, including some of my recent wins in the market. We'll also cover the latest in politics, cover events, economic trends, showing you how...
Trends?
I know, trends.
What did you just say?
Economic trends?
Economic trends. I heard trends. I'm sorry. Go.
Yeah, I knew that to where you were going, trans, but whatever.
Can you move on?
What did you think I said?
Compared to the
Trans.
I heard trans.
Remember, because you had that picture of that guy who got real boobs?
Oh,
Gwen?
trans.
I heard you say trans.
You thought I said trans.
Yes.
Trans.
Really?
That's what I heard you saying.
So we're a financial show now. We're talking about trans people?
We are a financial show that talk about exhaust
Why
noise
are you
the previous
screaming?
hour.
Why are you screaming?
I am not. I think it's your headphones.
Maybe, but you are screaming like loud.
I'm loud?
Yes.
That's new to you that I'm loud.
It's not new to me that you're loud.
Okay, I appreciate
All I
that.
saw is I saw the meters peak red when you were talking.
Could be. I'm just saying, we talked about exhaust noise an hour ago.
So can I finish the
the intro?
Can I finish the intro though?
Yes.
The intro.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
By the way,
Economic
trends
showing you how it impacts your financial future while keeping things fun and engaging along the way. You want to call that fun and engaging? I'm not sure. Anyway, we're broadcasting live from Investor Schooling headquarters, your hub for learning how to invest in real estate, stocks, and take control of your financial life. Whew. Don't forget, I'm still having trouble with these glasses.
Oh,
These are terrible.
I thought they were new
They're just,
glasses.
I have to go back to the store and tell them that because the sweet spot isn't there anymore. Like, now I got to go like this in order to figure out, the right.
And LASIK won't work.
Welcome to the ADHD show.
I know. Don't forget to RSVP for a free Thursday night class at
investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com.
It's a great way to start building your financial future. Hey, I want to shout out to our sponsors, marketing agency near you, the team behind all our websites, including investorschooling.com, sultanincomefund.com, larrysteinhouse.com, and our charity lev27.org. You can claim your free consultation and plan your future now at yourfreeplan.com. That's yourfreeplan.com. He'll build your websites. He's great. We also, of course, my friend Peter at PB Adjusting. He will help homeowners get more money from insurance claims. You can visit pbadjusting.com. That's pbadjusting.com to learn more. And, of course, the Sultan Income Fund. Invest with the Sultan. Collect like a king. It's designed for accredited investors with a return so high that we can't tell you what it is. We also want to hear from you. Call us at
855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137. 855-939-1137.
You can join the conversation. You can ask questions. You can share your thoughts. And we're going to be giving away tickets to Money Hacks, right?
Money Hacks, yep.
All right, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about the Money Hacks event itself. Let's just open with that, right? Okay, so Money Hacks event, we do this event about 4 times a year.
Correct.
And the Money Hacks event, named after my book, Money Hacks. By the way, I didn't even tell people that they can get a free book. We should tell them that they can get a free book. If you'd like a free book, a free copy of my book, you could type the word HACKS, H-A-C-K-S.
Text the word HACKS. Not type. Text the word HACKS. H-A-C-K-S.
Okay, text the word HACKS.
To 67...
Oh, my goodness, you people.
To 26786.
To 26786.
So you send it to the phone number 26786.
Yes.
The word HACKS, and you'll get a free copy of my book.
Yes.
Yes.
Is that what you're trying to say, Omri?
Yes. Text HACKS to 26786.
Right.
26786, and you will get a free digital copy of Larry's book, Money Hacks.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So the Money Hacks event, we kind of like really go into all different kind of money hacks.
Yeah.
And we have some really great investors coming to speak. We have one guy, Walter Amarillo, one of my mentors, or one of my peer mentors.
Ooh, he's coming?
Yeah.
Yeah, Colton's coming.
Yeah, he's going to be
That's
talking about...
awesome.
Yeah, he's going to be talking about how he went from 50 units to 850 units in 6 months, which is pretty amazing, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We also have, of course, my mentor, Bill Walsh, who's going to come. He's going to talk about how you could build your business and make more money with your business faster. We also have Dan Satowski coming, and Dan Satowski talks about passive income.
Yeah, he's great.
He's got a great model where he buys houses, usually from banks. He buys them from banks, and then what he does, the foreclosure houses, renovates them, puts tenants in them, and then sells the property to an investor with owner financing.
So that's actually what I'm doing with my Delaware property.
Yeah, right,
That's the purpose of me buying that Delaware property.
Right, that was the model that you're trying to do. Exactly,
yeah, that's
right.
what I want. I'm working on doing
Right,
that,
so you can learn how to do that. I mean, there's so many great things you can learn, and also at the end of the day. So usually we end up about 5:30,
Yeah.
and then at 6 o'clock we all go to dinner.
Yeah.
Actually, the VIPs go to dinner, not everybody. The VIPs go to dinner. There's 20 spots. There's always 20 VIP spots. That's all there is. And you're basically buying it's $147 extra, and you're buying dinner for the
speakers.
For the speakers, and you sit down next to them. I'm telling you, that is where is the greatest thing. You sit down next to a guy like Dan Satowski or Bill Walsh or Walter Amarillo. You sit down, you talk to him, and you talk about what he did. You got the whole night because it's a 2-hour dinner.
Yeah.
It's a 2.5 hour dinner, and you got the whole night to talk to them, ask them any questions you want. They ain't going anywhere because they're hungry. So,
yeah. And then you get to sit with us too. I mean, you could always because we always have fun. Like the three of us always go, and like I said, the speakers go, and I've never seen anybody not have a good time at those.
Oh yeah,
things.
it's great.
It's so much fun.
And then you actually joined the school because of a Money Hacks event, right?
I joined the school because of the Money Hacks event.
Right.
Yeah.
She came to us. She came to us one night. She was like, this isn't so great. And then she came to the Money Hacks event. She was like, this is fantastic.
The Money Hacks, yeah.
Yeah. So it's really great. It's November 1st.
Although you yelled at me at that event, I don't know if you know that.
Oh, I'm sure I did. I yelled at everybody.
Yeah, you yelled at
So
me.
November 1st is the day of the event. So all the event starts at check-in is 8:30, goes to 5:30, and then we go to dinner afterwards. So you'll be there all night, right?
Yeah.
So it's a really great event, and if you can go, we're going to give you a free ticket if you call in today about anything. Ask any question about anything. If you call in today, anybody who calls in today gets a free ticket.
Free
Actually,
ticket
two
for
tickets.
a full day event.
2 tickets, yeah. two free tickets. The VIP is extra if you want to go, but the ticket alone is you get 2 free tickets for someone that you want to bring.
855-939-1137. Call us 855-939-1137.
That's it, exactly. Okay.
And then you should also talk about the Love 27 event.
Yes, let's talk about that too, because that's really important. So, as you know, we formed a charity. Some of you guys have listened to us for a while. We formed a charity called Lev 27, and you can go to lev27.org if you want to find out more. What we basically do is we help people stay in their homes. So this is basically a charity. It's for people who, life happens. They probably been paying their rent on time for whatever. It doesn't matter how long, but they've been in a house. They've been paying their rent for 2 years, 3 years, whatever it might be, and then all of a sudden something bad happens. Maybe somebody lost a job. Maybe and it's temporary. Temporary low job loss. They got into a car accident. They can't go to work for a month. They don't have disability insurance, right? And because they're living paycheck to paycheck, all of a sudden they can't pay their rent. And what the landlord's going to do exactly what we teach them to do, and they're going to start to evict them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, by the way, when I say, what we teach them, these landlords don't have to be people we taught. We probably don't even know who the landlord is. We have no idea who these people are. They come to us and they apply. So they come to us, they apply, and as long as the landlord agrees to keep them, we will pay up to 2 months rent plus any court costs to keep them in the house. So it's a really great charity, and we have a fundraiser we do about twice a year, and the next fundraiser is coming up on October 29th. So it's October 29th at 6 o'clock at the Newtown Brewery, and it's all the beer you can drink, all the food you can eat, and we pay for it. The charity pays for it. The only thing we ask you, if you can leave a donation, great. If you don't want to leave a donation, you don't have to. You can come hang out with us too. So you guys, when we tell the joke about what's happening on the 29th?
Yeah, but just to also say that we also do raffles and stuff. We always have a lot of raffles. We always have a bunch of gift baskets.
Of fun. And you get to hang out with us.
And gift cards and that kind of thing. And then we always raffle off dinner with us, with Larry and with Omri. With
the
me.
baskets are baskets every year.
Yeah, because I make the baskets because they're always fun.
So go to lev27.org. That's lev27.org, and there you can sign up for the event.
For the event, yeah.
Okay, we'd love to have you.
Yeah.
But anybody's invited. Doesn't matter. It's a lot of fun. You just come and have a great time.
Yeah.
So here's an interesting story
about Lev 27.
About me selling my house and buying my house. So I'm selling my house, the house I'm living in right now. I'm selling it on October 28th, and I'm buying my new house on October 30th. And Lev 27 event is October 29th. So I will literally be homeless for an event to prevent homelessness.
And where are you staying? At Omri's house, right? Omri's putting you up?
No way.
Over the garage.
No way. No, we're staying in a hotel. We're boarding the dog and we're staying in a hotel.
Okay.
Not the dog hotel.
We're not staying with the dog. No.
Okay.
The dog's staying somewhere else.
Okay.
That's funny. We did that actually when we bought our
house. And then
of
course, right. Then of course we have the Money Hacks event November 1st. So
yeah,
it's a
that's going to be, and I'm coming back from the 100 Millionaire Summit. There's a 100 Millionaire Summit, which is a great summit. I don't have the information on that right now. If I did, I'd tell you about it. But the 100 Millionaire, if you look it up if you want to, it's great. It's a great event. The 100 Millionaire Summit ends on October 27th, but I'm going to come back a day early because I'm packing. The movers are coming on October 27th. So think about this, right? I'm going to be away for a week. I come back. I'm helping. I'm going to be there when the movers come to pack us up and move.
Oh, the pack! You were getting someone to actually pack you up.
No, we're packing too, but
okay.
but whatever. You got to be there. You can't just say to movers, "Hey, move us." You know that, right? Because if we do that, everything breaks, right? I mean, you got to supervise the moving, right?
Okay.
So they're going to be moving us. They're actually going to be packing our stuff into a truck.
Okay.
So then on Tuesday, right, will be a nice quiet day. Well, Tuesday I'm closing. I got to go to closing to sell the house, right, and then it'll be a quiet day after that, whatever, at the hotel. And then Wednesday is the Lev 27 event. Then Thursday I'm closing on the house. Then Friday the movers come, and on Friday the movers come, and when they come, Raymore Flanagan is coming delivering our furniture.
Oh wow.
So that's going to be and the next day is Money Hacks. I'm going to be there at dinner until 9 or 10 o'clock.
Oh my God! If I was your wife, I would so hate you right now.
So we didn't plan buying a house.
No, I get that.
What happened was, we put all this stuff in. We just happened to buy a house, and it all happened to come at the same exact time as all this is happening.
Yeah.
So it is an interesting. It's
It's gonna
very
be an interesting week.
Yeah,
It's gonna be an interesting week.
Okay, it's interesting month. Don't forget, next week. I'm going Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
This Tuesday
to California, right?
I'm going to California because I'm going to be the financial expert on a TV show in California for the whole season. So we're filming some of the episodes, and then we're going to film some more episodes. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So it's actually a really great honor to be the financial expert on a TV show. It's kind of cool. So I'll be the financial expert on the TV show. That'll be neat. And then I come back, and then we have our Financial IQ event,
Right.
which is the 17th, 18th, and 19th. And if anybody's interested in that, you can go to financialretreats.com. Financialretreats.com. You can find out more about that. That's a 3-day event. I think we've sold all the tickets, so I think there's one opening. That's it.
Okay.
And then so I think we have only one because we only do 25 people is all we allow. And then I come back, and then 3 days later I go to 100 Millionaire Summit. Then I move, and then 11/27. Oh, it's a crazy month for me.
Yeah.
It's insane. Hopefully I'll lose 10 pounds.
Maybe. So it's with all the travel, you're making me think of something that we talked a little bit about it on Thursday. You were always talking about always go VIP, and we were talking about flying first class.
Yeah.
I was talking to you. I had my girlfriend and we went and got brunch this morning, and she got offered an opportunity to go out to Fort Worth, Texas, and she was like, I don't know if I should go, and so we were talking about it, and I'm like, if you go, you got to fly first class, and she's like, well, what's the difference between flying first class and coach?
Oh.
And I said, hold on a second. I said, you need to fly first class. Just fly first class. She's like, yeah, but it's a lot of money. I'm like, stop. I said, fly first class. I'm like, just fly first class. I said, if you don't want to do it on the way there, at least do it on the way back. I said, but fly first class, and then you'll understand. I said, so I made her pinky promise that she's going to fly first class. It'll be her first time ever.
Wow.
She's 80. This will be the first time ever
She has to fly first class
that she'll
if she's
be
80.
ever
Yeah,
flying
absolutely.
first class. So I'm super excited, but I made her pinky promise that she's going to fly first class. And what was, because I was talking to her because I'm actually presenting somewhere in Arizona in November, and my husband's coming out with me for the week, so we're going to go make a little mini vacation out of it, and then I'm presenting like later in that week. And my husband's like, Phil's like, hey, can we fly out first class? Because when I go, for the most part, I just do it. But when I'm with him, we don't.
Right, sure.
And he doesn't.
Excuse me?
He just doesn't travel. He never travels. He doesn't
Okay.
go anywhere, right? So it's always me leaving.
So it's more than that. If you do travel, you should do it with him.
Well, I know, but like with him, because he's so used to flying coach, and I'm just like, whatever, who cares? You know what I mean? Like, I'd prefer to fly first, but with him, it doesn't matter because he's just not in that. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so he says to me, he's like, since we're going out for a
I feel
week.
bad for him.
Yeah, I feel bad for him too. He's
Okay.
been married to me a long time. Anyway, so.
I feel bad for him too.
I do. I feel very bad for him. But anyway, we're going to be. He's like, can we please fly first class? And I'm looking at him. I'm like, all right, and then you had a class Thursday, fly first class.
Yeah.
So I got the tickets this morning,
Awesome.
and we're flying first class out to
Awesome.
Phoenix, and it'll be fun. He'll have a good time because the only time he ever flew first is when I was graduating for my PhD. Like I flew the whole family out. We flew first.
Okay, cool.
That was my first time ever flying
Wow.
first, and so that's the last time he flew first class. And,
Oh yeah, you got to fly first class.
yeah, so it was just
You
it was
know.
fun. So I'm excited for my girlfriend who'll fly first for the first time, and then and then fiddle.
When I go with Omri, I fly coach.
Yeah.
He used to.
You used to fly coach?
No. We used to do first class in the past. We used to.
We do.
Why, you
So
don't
it's only
anymore?
fun.
He take me as granted right now.
He's
What's
what?
that?
He take me as granted.
I take you for taking you for
I
granted.
take you for
Yeah, I'm not
granted.
special
Yeah.
anymore.
Okay.
Well, the problem is the mobile home park is paying for our flights, and we don't have the money to. We don't even have the money to pay the
gotcha.
rent.
Okay. But you're gonna fly us out first class to go to the cruise, right?
No,
Oh, you're not?
no.
Why not?
Why would I do that?
Why wouldn't you do that?
I'm paying for the cruise.
I know.
I think you could get yourself there. Yeah, I think you could get yourself there.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, no, I think you could get yourself there.
All right.
All right.
I guess,
I mean,
Have you
it's not-
checked me if it's Mexico? You checked for me?
Yeah, we go
I
to.
gotta look again, I
Yeah,
can't
we
remember.
do. We fly out of California and then we go to some places.
And by the way,
in Mexico.
that's true too. Anybody who's listening to our voice, we're doing a cruise. Do you remember the dates of the cruise?
Yeah, it's the same week of my anniversary.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's why it's so funny. Hold on. So it'll be my 24-year. I thought it was 25, but it's 24-year anniversary. But still, again, I feel bad for Phil because that's a long time to deal with me.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
it's the week of the 18th, of January 18th.
So it's January 18th to what?
I think the 24th.
Okay, so from January 18th to 24th, if you want to go on a cruise with us, reach out to us. You can actually call the phone number, which is
855-939-1137. That's
and if you call right now, you can actually you'll be on the radio show. But if you call after the radio show, you'll connect to my cell phone, and I will get you. I mean, it's not free, but I will get you on the list, because there's 450 people going in our group, and I think there's only like 20 people, 20 rooms left, or whatever, 10 rooms left.
Yeah,
20
something
people.
like that. Yeah.
So if you want to go, let us know, because it's a really great cruise. We have a lot of fun. It's a marketer's cruise. There's a lot of learning on it. We're also sponsoring it this year, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, it'll be
All
fun.
right, what's the phone number, Omri?
855-939-1137. That's 855-939-1137.
And if you call now, you also get
Free tickets
too.
to the Money Hack event.
Yeah.
The Money Hacks event.
And I can't believe it. Like, nobody's calling.
Everybody
It's a
sleeps.
beautiful day out there.
I know.
It's a nice day out tonight. Yeah.
Nobody's even online except for Kimmy, but Kimmy's dedicated.
Kimmy is dedicated.
She's your number one fan, Omri.
I'm happy for that.
Yeah. But no,
You don't look happy for that. That was so sarcastic.
I became.
She's such a fan of yours, and you're like, I'm happy for that. Yeah.
No,
You better say nice things about Kimmy, or she won't talk to you anymore.
Okay. I'm tired.
But we were talking about the first class thing. So when I was away with my girlfriends last week, one of the things I learned is that my one girlfriend can easily be a professional shopper, crazy professional shopper, and the other one is not that far behind it, and that I'm very simple and they're not. But anyway, we kept going into these stores, and you know how we have that mirror that says "I deserve it." The one in the school says "I deserve it."
We still have it.
We still have it, and so there was this I don't know, craft bracelet, whatever. And I got this bracelet, and it says "Always Worthy" on it. And I've been wearing this. Yeah, so I wear this everywhere. Now, ever since I got it, I wear it just to remind myself that it's worth, I'm worthy of the first class ticket. I'm worthy of whatever.
Listen, you got to understand, everybody got to understand, you got one life to live, right? And, and every day you're getting closer to your last day. And you don't know when that last day is. You could be a day away from it, or you could be, I don't know, 25 years or 50 years or whatever years away from it, right?
Yeah.
Enjoy your life. Now, at the same time, enjoy your life today. Live like it's the last day, but prepare for tomorrow also.
Yeah.
And most people now, they're so used to preparing for tomorrow, they forget to live.
Yeah.
And it's bad. It's like, go fly first class, go buy, a new BMW like I'm buying. Look, but don't buy a BMW X6M, that's a $120,000 car, unless
if you are on a $60,000.
If you're making $60,000, do not buy that car. Okay, there's not,
there are enough cars that a person.
Yeah, don't make that mistake. As a matter of fact, my philosophy is really simple. If you're buying a car and you're financing it, right, you want to buy a car that's 25% of your annual income. So if you make $40,000 a year, don't buy a car for any more than $10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Because they'll sell you a car for $40,000, which is ridiculous, and you're only making $40,000. That's the most ridiculous thing ever, that they even will approve that loan. But you buy a car for $10,000, right? If you're buying a car for $100,000, how much do you have to make? $400,000. Yeah. I'm serious. This is math. This is good math. Now, $400,000 could be in investments. It could be also your job. But don't go buy a $100,000 car unless you're making $400,000 a year. Same thing with a house, right? If you buy a house, the most you want to mortgage is 3 times your salary. So if you're making $100,000, don't get a mortgage for more than $300,000. Now you could buy a house for $400,000 if you've saved up $100,000, but don't. This is really sound financial advice, because you have to live below your means. If you don't live below your means, all you're going to be is chasing money forever, and you're never going to have enough money. You're going to go into debt. You're going to, bad things are going to happen.
You need to explain to people that we are not talking about what you're doing with your saving, even though it's not even smart to do it with your saving. If you make $40,000 a year and you have, let's say, $100 in saving, don't spend $40 on a car. You're talking about the monthly payments.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the fact rate. If you're buying a car, don't. First of all, never buy a car cash.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. If you have $150,000 in your account somewhere and you're going to go buy a $40,000 car cash, that's foolish. You use the money in the account, $150,000, to generate income.
Yeah.
To pay the payment
With the life insurance.
That's whatever. No, not with with maybe stock markets, covered calls, or real estate. But don't take money out of a bank and buy a car cash. That's the most foolish waste of money you could ever do. Always buy an asset to buy a liability. Use an asset to buy a liability. So you use the asset of a house.
Not the opposite.
Use the asset of a house to buy a car. So if you buy a house for $100,000 and it generates you $1,000 a month, then you use that $1,000 a month to go buy a car. That's the only way to do it. If not, you're going to go broke. And going broke is no fun.
No.
Right? We've all had money problems. I had serious money problems quite a few 20-something years ago, and that's where all this came from. This all came from me realizing that there's a much better way to handle money. And when I learned those ways, that's what made me into a multimillionaire. And that's what I teach at Investor Schooling. And if you want to go to Investor Schooling and learn, how do you go?
You go to investorschooling.com. That's investorschooling.com. And you can RSVP for a free, yes, it's free, class this coming Thursday.
So, I want to spend a couple of minutes and talk about silver.
Yeah.
Have you seen the price of silver today?
Not today, no. What's it
$46.35.
Okay.
Wow. You used to buy when it was 24.
I used to buy it when it was 16. Right. I mean, I used to buy it when it was $1 over spot. Now it's $5 over spot. But I'm not buying it anymore because so the people who remember when they bought Bitcoin and then it doubled and it tripled, right? So same thing with me. This is great stuff. But I can't buy it now. I mean, you could. I also think it's going to go to 100. I think it's going to go 100 within the next 2 years. So it's a great idea to still buy it.
Why?
Why?
You think people are storing?
I think, first of all, silver has been down for a really long time. Gold is at 3,800. So if gold's at 3,800, gold accelerated really fast.
Yeah.
And silver still hasn't caught up to that acceleration. Now it's starting to catch up. So silver's going to be over 100 within 2 years, no doubt. And that's going to be really nice. Matter of fact, I actually said to myself, if it ever hits 100, I'm going to sell my silver. I don't know why. Just because I said I would.
Okay.
Because nobody ever went broke taking a profit, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'll probably sell it. Probably keep a couple of pieces of it, just for
fun.
For fun, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see I'm trying to look right now because I know I was buying silver for a little while too. For a year or two, I was buying silver, and I haven't in a while. But I'm trying to figure out what it is I sold it for. What I bought it for.
If you bought it last year, you probably bought it for 28, 29.
No, it was the year before, I think.
Oh, maybe even 22.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I'm trying to figure out what but I mean, I have
So you doubled your money.
Yeah, so I did buy some for a while.
So silver, I've been saying to buy silver for a really long time. If you remember,
yeah, that's why.
For a really long time, I've been saying to buy silver. And here you go. So So year to date, it's up 58%. Year to date, it's up 58%, and 1 year return is up 45%. So it really is. It's a great place to be. Now, the only thing about silver is silver doesn't give you any dividend. It doesn't give you any money, right? It's just you put it in a safe, or you
can't sell covered calls.
You put it in yourself. You can't write. And all you do is you sit on it. So that's why it's not a great investment model. It's just something else to have.
That's the proper drawer stock.
Right. I mean, everybody's talking about they all talk about my covered call fund, right? Which has, which I'm not allowed to say has 3 to 4% a month returns.
We'll give you a return.
I'm only allowed to say, that my attorney says I'm allowed to say that it gives you 3 to 4% returns. I don't know.
And you do it again.
And it's for accredited investors only, and you need a private placement memorandum. And you know what? If you guys want to find out more about this fund, here you can do. You type the word Sultan, SULTAN, to 26786.
I didn't know you did it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Sultan.
Okay. SULTAN.
Right.
SULTAN. Text SULTAN to 26786. Text the word SULTAN to 26786.
Sultan, the 26786. You can find it all.
No, I tried to create something. It didn't go with
no,
me.
it didn't work. I didn't know what you wanted to do. Once again, I wasn't able to read your mind.
Text Sultan SULTAN to 26786. And
So
I think Debbie is about to share with us how much she
paid in
spent.
silver.
Yeah, I spent between $31 and $33.
Oh, you were high. Okay.
Yeah.
We're not super high, but yeah.
Yeah.
So Peter Bonarenko, right?
Yeah.
We were just talking about him, PB Adjusting.
Yeah.
He's our sponsor.
Right.
So about 3 months ago, or maybe 4 months ago, he came to me and goes, I have 100-ounce bar silver
Wow.
that I want to sell. I'll sell it to you for $32. And the price that day was $32.
Okay.
And I'm like, I'll give you 30 for it. Thinking, I'd be slick, I'll give you 30 for it. And then he's like, nope, I won't take $1 less than 32. Like, nah. And then it went down to 31. Like, so it went down to 31. And so I'll tell you what, I'll give you 3,100 for it. And he goes, nope, I want my 3,200. And I looked at the silver price, I looked at the chart, and I said, okay, here's the 3,200. So I gave him 3,200 cash to buy the silver from him. And now it's at 45. So
Yes, I'm looking. Some
46.
of these are like because some of these I bought at 28 actually.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
some
there
of
you
these
go.
are 28.
There
I mean,
you go.
because I'm just looking at the different orders and I'm like, wow, some of these are at 28. So
Yeah.
so cool.
So you guys now if you need to call Peter for your adjusting, your insurance adjusting because he just lost $1,000 because he sold me the silver too early.
Are you coming for jet skiing with Peter Bonarenko
No,
this
I need to do that
afternoon?
one day. Yeah, Peter's a cool guy.
This afternoon.
I can't. I'm going to buy my car.
Pick up your BMW another day. Come do something
I already told him I was
fun.
coming. I already told him I was coming.
Why don't we go to a commercial break? What do you say?
That's exactly what we're going to do.
We should, and maybe the commercials will be there to present our sponsors.
No, they're not.
Some of these are at 26. Some of these are 26. Wow,
All right.
I guess
What's going on? What's going on?
So some of them at
Commercial
32,
break.
but some of
Commercial
them are
break.
26. I'm happy.
Hey, this is Larry.
Shut up. Like, oh, I doubled my money on some of
sometimes
these.
you worry about
Wow. Okay.
Welcome to the zoo.
What's that?
I did not hear back from Frank.
That's all right.
tenants,
Sorry, back.
or even own any real estate and invest in real estate at the same time. You want to learn?
So I wanted to let you know
Ooh.
that I sent a nice little heartfelt happy birthday to Dr. Deb. And Dr. Deb sent me a lovely little heart back. And I sent a heartfelt happy birthday to Larry. And even though it wasn't his birthday because of the Facebook screw up, so Larry just I'm like, hey, thanks for letting me work for you. Hey, happy birthday, love you, man. Not my birthday. That's all I get.
You couldn't save this story for on the air?
Change
Well,
your
it's
financial
because I'm
life.
such a nice,
Go to
I'm a
Investor
much
Schooling.
nicer
You're a
person.
nice
than
person.
It is,
know.
and it's the
I'm
fact
sorry.
that Larry became unnice.
I know.
Did
Is that
you
what it
know
is? A
that
bit.
you can buy real estate with
Larry could have been like, oh, thanks.
Yeah.
That's very nice, but it's actually nope. I get an unceremonious, not my birthday.
How did it happen with the
estate with
Facebook?
absolutely
Facebook,
no money out
send
of
me
your
an
pocket.
email.
You should come this Thursday
We
night.
decided
to a
your
complimentary
birthday
class at
isn't right.
Investor
This is what we
Schooling
think it
and
is.
learn more. Learn how to
Really?
buy property
Really?
with no money.
And then they go to
Learn how
change it. It
make
says
money
you're not
at
allowed to change your
closings and
birthday.
Learn how to make a monthly income.
What is that?
.com. That's investorschooling.com. Take your
Well, I like it because I'm 32.
There you go.
Or 33, I don't know.
Well, maybe they looked at your pictures and they just thought you looked so young.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what they said. They
A
said
little bit of
with
money,
that receding
make a
hairline,
lot
he's
of
got to
money.
be 32.
That's right. We have
That dude is not a day over 32.
No, but make sure. Maybe now it's the right time to make more health insurance, Larry. Not health, life insurance.
You will learn how to do it. Take a complimentary
You're
class this
32.
Thursday,
I know,
and
I
we'll
can
teach
save
you
some
that
money.
and more.
Do more
InvestorSchooling.com.
life insurance.
That's investorschooling.com. We'll see you there.
I mean, why are you like yelling all day?
I know. That's what I said. He's
got-
yelling.
Now she yelled.
A complimentary class.
He's actually has his mic based on a
Real estate.
microphone for a
You need
change.
to learn how to invest in the stock market. You need to learn how to invest in stock options.
It's
Make more.
just a microphone, Omri.
Let's see what
Are
this
you here? Come to investorschooling.com. Take a complimentary class this Thursday and
All right, we'll do one more 30 and then we'll come back.
Okay.
complimentary class this Thursday. We'll see you there. Hey, this is Larry Steinhouse with Investor Schooling. How many times are you going to listen to my voice before you finally go to investorschooling.com? I can't believe you haven't signed up for a class yet. You're going to learn real estate investing. You're going to learn stock options trading. You're going to learn things about money that you didn't even know existed. Go to investorschooling.com right now. Oh my goodness. This Thursday, investorschooling.com.
Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
This program is
You see what the clowns is?
You're live.
Yes.
All right.
For those of you that don't know, you should listen to us on Facebook so you can get the intermission information that is always screaming and goofing off between us. Yeah.
Well, all right. Welcome back. Welcome back to the Larry Steinhouse Show. Everybody online is saying, Omri, stop yelling.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why. I mean, in my headphones, it doesn't sound strong, so I will talk like that. Kimmy, is that okay now?
You got to go a little closer. Go about a fist away.
A fist away. So you're two fists away.
That's 2 fists away. You're a two-fisted microphone drinker.
I don't even want to know where to. That's a whole other conversation.
Can you put the microphone closer to you?
Yeah, but then people say I'm
right
screaming.
there. That's
Okay,
perfect.
sure.
And now you're not screaming, so it's all good. I did want to mention, we were talking about Peter Bonarenko before. Peter has a company called PB Adjusting, and I'm telling you what, this is a great company because what it does is they will do an insurance claim for you. So in other words, if your house has something happen, maybe there's a flood, maybe there's a fire, maybe something else happened, you call Peter at pbadjusting.com. That's pbadjusting.com, and Peter will settle this claim for you and almost always get you a lot more money than you would get on your own.
I'm sorry, I'm hiccuping and Omri's getting upset.
Yeah,
Omri's getting upset with me for hiccuping.
I know, I saw that.
I apologize.
So I would call Peter at go to pbadjusting.com. That's pbadjusting.com. I also wanted to mention Dan Jones. Dan Jones has a company called Marketing Agency Near You. And what they do is they build websites, they do PR coverage, they do media features, they do SEO, they do your Facebook stuff. It's a great company. So if you have a company out there, they also do, and you want to have more, if you have a company out there, you want to have more exposure, you would call Dan Jones. And the interesting thing about this company is they're also doing our websites. They're doing an investor schooling website, LarrySteinhouse.com website, live27.org website. What did I miss? The Sultan Income Fund website. So they're doing all those websites. If you want to go see his work, you could go check out these websites. And if you want to, he'll give you a free consultation. And what the website is for that is yourfreeplan.com. Yourfreeplan.com. Listen, don't wait. Make your business the one that people can't stop noticing. Woo!
And the thing that's great about these guys is that we actually work with people who are nice. Like, I know Larry's, a handful, but these guys are super nice, and they're really easy to work with. Like, Pete's such a sweetheart.
So you're saying people shouldn't work with me because I'm not nice?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that, you're just a little bit more of a challenge. That's all. I've been working with
I'm
you for
more
how
of a
long?
challenge.
You're more of a challenge. Yeah, you're a challenge.
People
You're
need to pass the barrier with you.
Yeah. But
That's the
anyway, so going back to Pete and Dan.
That's the truth.
Dan is a sweetheart. He's also a really super nice guy. And Pete, Pete always has little parties at his house, and him and his wife Johnny are super sweet.
Yeah.
And they're super super helpful, and just they go out of their way to help
and
you,
they're
which
both
is
students.
nice. And they're both students.
So it's kind of neat. It's like, they started doing some work with us and started doing some stuff, and and Peter's killing it in stock options.
Yeah,
he's killing it in stock options. You see this post the other day? He had $750,000 in his account, and he says he believes he's going to get to $1 million by the end of the year. And you know what? I think he could do it.
Good for him.
I think he could do it. So I think he could go from $750,000 to $1 million in a year, and from this to the end of the year.
Good for him.
All right. So talking about stock options, Omri.
Yes.
Are you ready now?
For what?
For what?
To start doing covered calls.
I am doing covered calls.
You are?
What'd you make?
I made over 50,000. I made 1,370 in 2 weeks.
$13,000 with $50,000.
No.
No,
Over $1,370. Over 40,000 in 2 weeks.
Okay, that's not for 2 weeks. That's not bad at all, right?
It's amazing.
It's actually a low number. I expect more.
We talked about something yesterday, and maybe you are in a better mood today, and you will be able to explain. Because
mood.
Larry's always in a good mood. You never notice that?
Yeah. Okay. So let's focus on something, okay? Because we discussed something yesterday that I guess my brain is pushing away. Okay. Why to buy more stocks, even if it's the same return of buying one more expensive stock, is more risky?
Okay, so he was saying, so in this conversation came up, the way it came up was, he said he had $40,000, he wanted to buy one stock, one very expensive stock.
No. So I said if I'm buying 10 stocks of $30, or I'm buying one stock that the share is $300, and let's say the movement in percentage are the same. Right. Let's say the 30 go 25, 30, 25, 30, or 25, 20, 35, 25, 35. Yeah. And the 300 go 250, 350, 250, 350. So the percentage change is the same, but you said it's more vulnerable.
Right.
But the shift in percentage is the same shift. So I don't get it.
So here's why. So in the fund, so for example, we have the fund, we have the Sultan Income Fund,
yes.
and we trade a certain way. We trade about 7 to 9 stocks. That's all we trade. We won't trade anymore, and we won't trade much less if we ever trade less, right? And the reason is because if we had one stock, let's say we played NVIDIA, because everybody in the whole world would play NVIDIA, right? Which we don't even play in the fund because it's ridiculous. So we played NVIDIA, and all of a sudden NVIDIA goes from 185 to 100. We've just lost a whole bunch of money.
It affects the account more. I got you.
But if we had some NVIDIA and some Boeing and some Microsoft and some Apple, and one of those stocks go bad, we have the other ones to make up for it. So that's why we do it the way we do it.
So you can buy the expensive stocks as long as the chart showed the movement is covered.
You can buy the expensive stocks as long as you
have enough money.
Stocks too.
Correct. Yeah.
Right. So I don't buy expensive. Well, we buy expensive stocks. BA is an expensive stock.
Yeah.
Boeing, it's $225 right now, I think. So that's an expensive stock. That's a very volatile stock.
Tesla, your stock.
So Tesla, we do have Tesla. Yes, we have Tesla. We have Google. We have Apple in the fund.
Yeah.
So these are all stocks we put in the fund. Now we're selling the calls on them, so we're making a lot of money on them too. And if you guys want to know anything about this, again, it's for the fund. It's accredited investors only, and it's by PPM private placement memorandum only. And if you want to find out more, you could actually text the word Sultan.
Sultan, yeah, SULTAN to 26786. Text the word Sultan, SULTAN to 26786. So I tell you why. I was about to ask you another question.
I just want to say real quick.
Sure.
Past performance is no guarantee of future performance, and there's risk involved, and blah. I don't know. Whatever I'm supposed to. I don't even know what the lawyer tells me I'm supposed to say for the fund, and whatever. But
Larry just said what the lawyer told him to say.
Right.
Larry, you also, because we ride on the movement. We ride on the movement of the stock, but still we try to avoid stocks when we see that they are too high. For example, let's focus on Intel. Will you buy Intel next month?
So I'm not sure. I might skip a month because it just jumped.
Yes.
So it's at the 52-week high. So you know how my thought is with 52-week high is the stock becomes unpredictable.
But it went down a bit.
Not by much. It went back
not
up,
enough.
Went down, and it went back up. So it's back at 33.
Yeah.
I think it was a new all-time high yesterday.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm not. So it would have to be a discussion. Look, there's other stocks to buy. So if I skip that one, it's not a big deal.
I know, but Intel is a good example for a stock that we said it's a good drawer stock for a long time. We do believe it will go higher than where it is right now.
Right.
It shouldn't be in the 20s where it was.
Right. Exactly. It was always too low.
It didn't make any sense.
1920 was ridiculous.
I know.
So this is a good starting place, and I think it's going to go up more. Same thing with Carnival Cruise Lines.
Yeah.
Carnival Cruise Lines is back to 30 where it was before the scamdemic.
Yeah, you compare it to Royal Caribbean, and I don't understand why the difference is so high.
Well, Royal Caribbean makes a lot more money than Carnival.
How can it be based on the fact that Carnival has so many more ships?
No. Royal Caribbean has so many more ships, and Royal Caribbean has the largest cruise ships in the planet.
But Carnival has all those companies underneath it.
No. So Royal Caribbean has some companies too, but the ones that Carnival have are small. Princess is one of them.
Yeah.
It's small. Princess Cruise Line is really small cruise line.
Okay.
I just want to throw out there, I had this absolutely terrible experience on my last cruise ship.
That's not Carnival.
It wasn't Carnival. I'm not going to say who it was, but
you can say.
You can.
It was
you can. You
it
should.
was Norwegian. It was the worst cruise ever I have ever experienced in my entire life, and I would not ever recommend it. It was awful. But years ago, we went on a Princess cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the reason I didn't like Norwegian is it was too big. Like, you know how when you go on a cruise, you meet people, and you're like, I'll see you here, and then you just run into them all the time. And like on the whole time in that week, we never ran into the same people ever again.
Oh,
like,
no.
I know, but I'm telling you, the cruise was terrible. The food was awful. All the excursions were. I mean, I got even.
Unless it's a swingers cruise,
I
understand
well,
why
I don't know
it bothers you.
I have no idea.
Have you gone on a swingers cruise yet, Omri?
No. Is there a swinger cruise?
Oh, first they have naked cruises.
They have naked cruises.
They have naked cruises, for real.
Ew.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Ew.
are they cleaning them?
With the movement back and forth, I'm not sure that's something I really want to see. But anyway, what I'm saying is that we went on a princess cruise years ago. And, we met this couple, and we would have dinner with them every night. I mean, we just had a fun time, and they had all kinds of fun stuff, and it was smaller. So maybe I don't want the 6,000 people on a cruise ship. You know, I'm okay with like 3,000 people on a cruise ship.
Thank God for people like Debbie who haven't got drawn into the COVID idea of antisocial communication, because that's the only thing I'm experiencing recently. People that don't want to interact with other people. Something happened. People don't want to interact with other people again.
You know what happened? The Democrats needed to win so badly that they destroyed every single person's brain with COVID 5 years ago, and people don't need to socialize anymore because they don't know how anymore.
But I'm amazed how many people embrace that so much and they don't want to go back.
Oh yeah.
Apparently they like it.
Yeah, because most people are introverts.
Introverts. What do you mean by that?
They sit to themselves. They don't talk. They're not like you and I, where they're like,
I don't understand that. It's such a boring life.
Because you're not like that.
No, but it's boring. What do they do?
Well, I don't know.
Sit in front of the TV?
Yeah, some people.
Okay.
I used to, I don't know if you know, but like years ago, I used to teach college English.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I would always start with is I would read an article about how the biggest problem that employers have today were communication skills from people coming up out of college, because either their spelling was wrong, or they wouldn't want to have a conversation, or they didn't know how to have a conversation. They weren't used to speaking to other people, and and that's remained. Like that was always, and even when people would write for me on their stuff, it would be, great, like GR, the number 8. You know what I mean? Like and that's how they would write in their essays. They had to write to me. Like people don't know how to do that. So, and that was like 10 years ago I used to teach. So that, I don't think any of that's changed. And I think a lot of it is that you're not, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, even my kids do it. It makes me crazy when they spell stuff out like that, like when they do that to me on text. But I don't know. People don't know how to communicate. I know roommates who will text each other, come on, let's go to the mess hall to go get something to eat. When I was in college.
You know what I did?
What?
This is a great thing, right? So my wife always leaves her phone on the counter in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm sitting there watching TV.
Yeah.
So what I did was
you go make her get up to go.
I sent her a text message. And this is what I did, right? So I sent her a text message.
Is you already?
And she doesn't know. She didn't know it came from me.
Yeah.
And she gets up and she goes over to the phone and she reads it. And the text message was, "While you're up, grab me a bottle of water."
That's something a man would do. You know what I mean? Like, what I think is interesting is that she doesn't have your text or whatever on a certain ring to know that it's you.
She's not.
I don't have it too.
How do you think she knows how to do that? She doesn't even have a voicemail set up.
So I have each of you on your own. So when I get a text
from
you
or
a phone,
I have one on you. You should. Hey, call me real quick.
No, it's going to be insulting again.
No, it's not. It's just.
Am I going to be insulted?
No. Okay, call me. Listen. Everybody, hold on. Let me make it loud enough. Yeah. Okay. Listen.
When would they call you? Oh.
It sounds like an alarm.
Yeah, that's Omri. That's Omri calling me. That would be that's the noise that makes when Omri calls me.
The one I have is like if you call mine, I have you as like annoying, obnoxious, loud sound.
Show me.
And when you text, it's like a ding on like a ring, like when you're wrestling or something, because that's who you are. You're just loud and obnoxious. Let me see. Let me unmute this. Let me make sure this isn't muted. Hold on. But I'm serious. So everybody, like all my friends, are on this. So if you did that to me, it wouldn't work because I already would know it was you.
Right. I know, but it's just funny that.
Are you calling me or not?
I did that. All right. So.
All right. So Omri's.
Okay. Now Omri's.
Here, I'm calling you.
All right. See how? Hold on. Oh, I'm trying to make this louder. It's not working. I guess.
said a woman who made me stop on my way back from Newark yesterday
Yeah.
to be on the phone with her for over an hour
Would that be Debbie?
to design a kitchen. And
Would that be Debbie?
I'm stressing her. But I'm stressing her, apparently.
You're not stressing me. I'm just saying that, like, I can't
You are
get
such
this
a nice
ladder.
guy, Omri.
I'm
All right,
delightful.
do it one more time. Do it one more time.
No, I'm done.
Okay. Anyway, so I have like this loud, obnoxious ring for you, and then I'm telling you, when you text me, it's like somebody hitting a bell in like a wrestling ring, because that's who you are. You're like, boom, I'm right here, you know. And then I have like some kind of for the stock option consultant, it's like a Tweety bird or something that's like the clock, you know, the clock
Yeah,
where the bird comes out. I have that for you
Right.
because I know it's you.
That's pretty funny. So, did you see what BPO wrote?
BPO, Dr. Deb, there would be a lot of upside down metronomes. One that naked. Okay, whatever.
Who is BPO?
He said there'd be a lot of upside down metronomes on the Naked Cruise. You don't find that funny?
No.
I thought that was very funny. Okay.
Oh, I got it. It took me a minute.
The moment she got it was hysterical. Her face was like, "Oh yeah, now I get it."
Well, because I know what a metronome is, and I'm like, how is music attached to this? I'm like, got it. All right, I got it. Yeah. And some things I'm
And the
not-
funny part was, I'm surprised you didn't get that. 'Cause you usually laugh at the stuff that Omri and I say before we even realize it's funny.
Yeah, I got it. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm slow today.
We haven't talked about something. We haven't mentioned it because we haven't been here for like 2 weeks.
What's that?
And we haven't spoke about
Okay, go ahead.
What are we talking about?
I know exactly where he's going, but I want to make sure that I know.
the devastating death of Mr. Kirk.
Yeah, Charlie Kirk. Yeah. That's why I figured we were going. Okay, so that's a tough one.
And many people say that this is the I think your husband actually, that Miss Debbie mentioned it, that's we are on the edge of a very big movement in the country
Yeah,
because
we are.
because of that,
Yeah.
and many things that happen after are very disturbing.
Like what?
The people celebrating his death.
It's not the people that celebrate.
It's disgusting.
That's but you know, it's like when they say about Hamas, right? So there is a way to say, there is an act that say this is completely unacceptable, but the border is when I find it a bit more disgusting, because when people behave in the extreme, you don't tolerate them. You make sure that they're out of your life. Certain people that are refusing to talk about that, refusing to talk about him, refusing to talk about what happened to him, regardless to if they agree or don't agree with his opinions, that's the problem to me. Many people are so appalled by what he did and the way he did it, they're not celebrating his death.
They don't even know what he did or said. They listen third party, fifth party. He was a bigot. He was anti-women. I mean, if you ever listen to the guy, everything he said was so kind and so nice.
I know. The way he expressed himself is one thing, and you know what? There are so many videos. It's all out there. It's so easy to see.
Right, exactly.
And yet, because he said that a woman should be more with the family and with the kids, and because of the thing he said about abortion, and because many people saying, I don't want to talk about him, I don't want to discuss, and that showed the true face of many people, and I find it very disturbing.
Well, you know,
because we had political murders, and
I was really upset when I heard. I was actually driving home from.
You know, the fascists call everyone else fascists. It's amazing.
It's like what justify you behave that way? Because you're so right.
Right. And I actually got to the point where, like, my Facebook page, if they say anything anti-Semitic, anything against Charlie Kirk, anything anti-American, I used to argue with them. I just go block, delete, goodbye.
Yeah,
I'm done. Right. And anybody has a conversation with me and they're anti-Semitic, I put that post. We went to the Zionist, Organization of America.
Yeah.
We went to the dinner again this year.
Yeah.
And there's a picture of me at the podium speaking, right? And there were anti-Semitic comments about Israel's terrible. What? I'm like, you know what? Click goodbye. You know.
But that's not the right thing to. I'm sorry. To me, that's not the right thing to do. What Charlie used to always say is the way to avoid violence is to keep debating, to keep talking.
Correct.
He
Keep
keeps saying,
Right.
the problem is with certain people you can't speak.
No, you can't. And
You can't speak.
Right,
They
and
don't
even-
want to speak.
right, and even when you prove the point over and over again, they come back and they repeat it again.
Because they don't want to hear the facts.
Right. They don't want to hear. They don't want to hear reality. Exactly.
They don't want
Right.
to acknowledge facts. They would rather say, no, that's not true, you're wrong.
Right. Cognitive dissonance.
That's-
People can't understand something different than what they believe, and when their beliefs are questioned, they can't handle it.
But the problem is, Larry, they just frame everything that they don't agree with as something that's not worth debating. So you
Or,
talk
the,
about
or just
people-
that you're
No,
wrong. Period.
no,
You know what
it's
I mean?
not the wrong. It's the irrelevant. Somebody set up a norma, and this norma dictate what's relevant to discuss and what's not relevant to discuss. And that's the thing. That's the problem with Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk used to talk about things that other people decided that they are irrelevant, or there's no discussion there. There's no discussion about abortion. There's no discussion. Every woman will make a decision. Every woman should be a career woman. All those things are according to a norma that someone set up, and that's why they targeted or they categorized this discussion as an irrelevant discussion, and that's the problem. Who say that certain subject is irrelevant to discuss?
Well, that's the interesting thing, right? So a lot of people say, the families grew up like saying, we don't talk politics at dinner, we don't talk money at dinner, right? And we don't
What
talk
are you
religion at
talking dinner?
Right. They don't talk politics, don't talk money, don't talk religion at dinner, right? These are three things you should always talk about. I mean, these are things that are really important. You should know, first of all, right? How many people start dating somebody and then 9 months later they go, hey, what religion are you, by the way? Or what are your beliefs on abortion? What are your beliefs on God? What do you believe?
I don't think so. You don't think your religious is something that you want to know in the first date?
Not so. Some people yes, some people no.
So so my husband and I are of different faiths, and it didn't come into the picture. I mean, we talked about it, but it wasn't like a big.
Until the kids were born.
And so it was more.
No.
It's very common.
So hold on. So no, we discussed it. And because I wasn't really religious at the time, he wasn't really religious at the time. So we agreed to do a menorah and a Christmas tree, and that was pretty much the extent of our religion. And it didn't really come into play until the kids were born, and then he was fine with it. We were fine with it, and we agreed on the Christmas tree menorah thing. And his family was pushing for. Getting the kids baptized, and I was just like, oh no, we're not doing that.
What is baptized?
That's when you dip their head.
Yeah.
in
You
water
dip
and
the
stuff.
child. Yeah.
And and I'm like, I'm Jewish, so we're gonna raise him Jewish, and he agreed on it, but he stayed out of it, and it wasn't a fight between me and my husband. It was an issue between me and his family. But he's just like, I already agreed to do this. I'm fine with it, and he knew that's what him and I always compromise on a lot, and that's one thing I just wouldn't back down on, because I would not back down on that, but it was fine.
Discussion always needs to be open to anything.
Agreed.
And
Discussion on anything needs to be open. Now, like your aunt, who is a major Democrat, liberal, what some people call libtard.
Okay.
Right now, I really like your aunt. She's a really nice person. She introduced us.
Yeah.
But your aunt can she can have a civil conversation with no facts. And that's why I like her.
Because she is very comfortable in her opinion.
Right, and it's only opinion because she has no facts. Because every time I ask her for facts, she can't give any.
She's very comfortable there.
Right.
She don't want to. Some people are afraid to open their mind to a different opinion because they are afraid to get drawn into it. I think
right.
so.
That's true too. Yeah. And at the same time, I respect Kathy. I like her.
No, that's fine.
She's a very wonderful person.
I agree, 100%.
She's a businessman person who, her and her husband created a medical device and made millions off it.
Yeah, but
which
that's
is fantastic.
That's not the point. The point is really like we all need to talk. I'm willing to talk to everybody, and if people, and that's not Kathy actually, but if people are sitting in my table, coming to me, sitting in my table, and they refuse to acknowledge a murder. It's
an assassination. It's more than a murder. It's an assassination. It's a politically based assassination. It's
such
terrible.
Terrible. I know, and it doesn't change too much. We have a few minutes because I don't know if you remember that President Trump
1 minute.
got almost assassinated.
Yeah.
And also, people refused back then to say
to acknowledge that was
unacceptable.
Oh, it was fake. It was fake. That
People
bullet didn't really.
said
There was
it-
really nobody
I
there to
know.
blow. I mean, come on, really? People died there. All right, we don't have any more time. It was an interesting conversation. And
Yes.
I'm glad we didn't go too far with it because it's we go down a lot of rabbit holes. All right. Anyway, I want to thank all the listeners for listening. This is the Larry Steinhouse Show. I want to thank Dr. Deb for being here, and of course Omri for being here, and of course
Sweet!
Glenn Page for producing our show today.
Go
Listen, if you want to
to.
find more about investor schooling, go to investorschooling.com. If you want to get a free copy of Money Hacks, you can get one by sending the word hacks to 26786. And if you want to find more about the Sultan Income Fund, you can text the word Sultan to 26786 as well. We will see you Thursday night in class. Take care, everybody.
This program is paid for by Investor Schooling. All opinions are statements.
Okay.
Thank
are
you.
Clear. Great show, folks.
I think the second one.
Second one was
The
good.
first hour?